the station. Yeah, I know.
Wow, how surprising.
They're having me read this promo about Instagram. You probably didn't even know we had an Instagram, right?
Hello, Instagram followers.
But now you do. So do me a favor and go follow us at TheFan965. Win tickets, get behind-the-scenes content from the station. Plus, watch videos like Chiefs Take Tuesday and Best Bets on Sundays.
100%.
You're listening to your home for Kansas City sports.
Head home with the
96.5 The Fan.
Weekdays starting at 2 on 96.5 The Fan. KFN, CFM, and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey Sports Station.
We're back at it today.
God bless you.
No, it was a cough.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But thank you anyway. Thank you.
You can't trust a cough after 30, Mac. I'm just telling you. What is it Theo Vaughn says? You can't trust a fart after 30?
Yeah, that's...
You can't, but you can't trust
you ever
a cough
try to
either.
cough and pee at the same time at the urinal? Oh, my goodness. You want to talk about a challenge for a man.
Look like a giraffe.
I told that story off the air, didn't I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Denver Zoo, 2 giraffes going at it. Oh, it was spectacular.
Hell of a climax.
Oh, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it.
And that's how we're starting Thursday.
That's right. It is Thursday, right?
That's right.
What else are we supposed to do? All the schools are closed. Kids are home again. It's so damn cold out. What was the lowest temperature you saw in your car
10.
driving? Oh, you saw -10?
I have a video of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
-10. Well, I think -7 was the lowest that I saw driving in. So
Yeah, I had 8 below.
8 below 0. And that's real temperature, folks. That's
Unreal.
not wind chill. That's not, feels like, though. That's like legit temperatures right now.
I will say this is as push and pee here, they say. Push and positivity. I don't think that's the reference in the rap song, but that's what I'm saying. I think this is it.
This is it, yes.
I think this is like the final boss of winter. You get through today, and I'll explain. You get through today, and I get it. Tomorrow's going to be like 30, but it's going to feel like a heat wave.
A high of 29 tomorrow,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
What is that going to feel like? That's going to
Summer.
feel like summer. Yeah, no, it is. It's
And
going to feel
then-
so warm outside tomorrow.
And then Saturday, Sunday, obviously warmer and warmer. And then next week's like in the mid to high 50s.
Yeah, I saw 59 on Monday or
Let's
Tuesday,
go.
and then into the 60s late in the week. And, I've been looking at that
Oh, yeah.
45-day forecast
Oh,
on
yeah.
AccuWeather because
Got his Farmer's Almanac next to his Folgers.
I do, man, because I hate this weather so much. Like, it's
Yeah.
and that's why I'm so excited today. Dodgers Cubs spring training baseball. I'll be watching.
mean,
Hey, robot umps.
what is that,
I'm
at 2
interested.
2 p.m. or something
2
like that?
p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be on somewhere, I'm sure. Some station will be
I'll
carrying
start
it.
right
You can
after my
find it,
nap.
and so you get robot umpires, you get sun in Arizona. So a couple of cool things in baseball.
Yeah.
And we get Vern later on today, and then the weather starts to turn. And then
Yeah.
I think looking at that 45-day forecast, we are pretty much, and there'll be
Yeah.
some days in the 40s and whatnot, but after
Still.
this, who the hell cares? That's
Yeah.
take your shirt off, weather, and go to the pool,
I might have lied about golf because a buddy texted me last night. I was like, what are your plans next Monday and Tuesday mid-afternoon? I was like, why? I was like, do you need help moving something? Because when you get that from your buddy, it's like, hey, what's up? Are you busy next week, Monday or Tuesday? Like during the week, you're like, oh, are you?
You're old enough
Yeah.
to hire a mover.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, probably. I mean, be home by about noon. Okay, I just want to know if you wanted to golf. And I was like, man.
Is the snow still going to be out there, though?
Oh, it'll be gone by Monday morning.
Okay, but
if
what
it's gonna
kind of
be,
swampland will it
it'll
be then,
It'll be mucky. I mean, you'll definitely need 2 towels and 2 pairs of socks. And
Yeah.
You'll be mud splashing for sure. I mean, a lot of mud balls.
I mean, it's got to be awful.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, but I mean, I'm so stir crazy, Bob. Like,
Yeah,
I have
know.
to get out.
You do, yeah.
I've got to get
yeah.
out and do something. Like, yesterday, I literally, had a thrill parking my car in the back of Hy-Vee's parking lot just to walk
Just
in.
to walk
Yeah,
further. I do it all the
dude.
time, too. I park as far away as I can to walk in.
I was like, I don't want to go home.
Yeah, no, but imagine having 2 kids and a wife there that haven't been out of the house in a while
Damn.
either, and
Yeah.
not being able to go to school. Like, this sucks
Right.
for the kids. I know we joke about it and all, but I mean, they're cooped up just like everybody
for
else.
sure.
Nobody wants
and
this
their
going
attention
on.
span's way less than
I
ours.
mean, it's terrible.
Right. Yeah, we could read.
Yeah, right.
You know,
like, you do something, or
you could go prep for the show.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. That's kind of what I've been doing because
Yeah.
I feel like I've been on house arrest,
Yeah.
with all this kind of stuff going on. Because there's you'll go to the gym afterwards, and that's such a big relief to to do stuff like that. Like today, I'm going to Hy-Vee. They've got bubbly on sale. I'm very excited about that.
Michael Bublé.
And so I'm like, ooh, bubbly's on sale. I think I'll stop on the way home just to do something, right?
Yeah.
And to kind of get out of the house. So I know all other parents are feeling that as well. Like the kids want want to go to school. They want to be out of the house. They're tired of it. And I think this is probably the last day of that. I think we'll probably get back tomorrow to school. And then, as you've been talking about, we're kind of home free, down the stretch as we get closer and closer to moving the clocks forward, 17 days from that. And then spring is here. And, all of a sudden, that's all she wrote. Then it's summertime and everybody's having a good time going, oh, it's so hot. And then remember these days.
You'll be begging for the Coors Light train to come through your neighborhood.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
People all over the world. But no, you get through today. But again, Ben Maller, 7:15. Josh Vernier, live in Arizona today at 8 o'clock here on this show. Then tonight, Vern's Hot Stove Show.
Hot Stove.
Live from Arizona at 6 p.m. So you'll hear us talk about that a little bit. And then tomorrow, the Royals are on this radio station at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that's why I say get through this today. And then, this is it. If you can power through today, this is your Thursday. Literally.
Yeah,
in weather terms.
For the winter. This is it.
And then it's over. And then we can all be in better moods. You can, because this does, I'm not going to lie, this weather can kind of make you a grouch.
Oh, how? Oh, yeah.
You wake up, you're just pissed.
Yeah.
You get up, you're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I mean, I like going outside and just sitting for 10 minutes, at a times to get the vitamin D.
Yeah.
And what you can't even do that. No. I went outside yesterday at 7 o'clock, right, just to see what the temperature and how it was because all those people that were sitting, not many, I'm surprised. I thought there'd be more at the soccer game last night, quite honestly. People going, I'm going, one of those type of things. And, it was a decent enough crowd. But, so I went outside at 7 o'clock just to see. I was out there for maybe 2 minutes. I'm like, I'm back in, man. God love you if you went to that damn soccer game last night.
Which you got exactly what you wanted. Messi started,
scored,
and he scored in the 56th minute, which is when I would have left.
And then you get up and leave at that
which
point
you would have
in time,
survived
right?
the first half, a halftime, and then I guess 10 minutes into the second half, 11 minutes into the second half, Messi scores, boom, bye, game ends, 1-0.
Yeah, it's over.
1-0.
Yeah, you got what you wanted. Did you know these two teams are playing again next week in Fort Lauderdale? They should have just flipped the games around and played the first one down there once they saw the forecast and then moved it up here. And so, Sporting has to score 2 goals in order to advance. If they don't win by 2, then it's over. And
aggregate scoring.
Yeah, I like aggregate scoring. I think it's good. I think it's a lot of fun to do it that way. I think baseball, if they're doing their playoffs, aggregate scoring would be kind of a cool way to do
I've
things,
always said that's how fantasy football championships should be decided. I think you should play 2 weeks, and whoever scores the most points in 2 weeks wins.
I kind of like that. I don't mind
some
that.
people hate it because then you get into week 16,
right?
And there could be some people that rest their starters or whatever. But I've always said that.
Or you can just move the fantasy weeks up too. I mean, you could cut your fantasy season shorter, right? Make it a 12-week season and then play your final 2 games or something.
Yeah, normally it's about 12, 13 weeks, and then you play 3 rounds of playoffs. Yeah. First round of the top 2 teams get a bye, but.
You can always change that, to do whatever you want. But no,
you have an active commissioner.
Yeah, right.
Some guys are just like, all right, money's due, drafts in an hour. You're like, oh, all right, well, here we go.
Thank you very much. But aggregate scoring, I think, could be a lot of fun in these playoff games because if you win a game 10-0, you get no credit. Yeah, they should do it in hockey. Absolutely, they should do it.
Sports like that.
Yeah.
Basketball's too tough. Football, baseball, you could.
Well, baseball, you could. Let's take that wild card round for a second. I know
play 2 games and
you play a game in Baltimore. You play a game in Kansas City. That's it. It's a 2-game series, aggregate scoring. Whoever scores the most runs in 2 games wins. Right. I kind of like that idea. I think that would be a lot of fun to give you the opportunity to absolutely have a home game in the playoffs if you make it in baseball. But just do something different. Just do something different that nobody else is doing.
If at the end of that second game the aggregate score is tied,
keep going.
Go to extras.
Yeah, that's good question. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
Expedited pitch clock. Yeah. You got 5 seconds to throw it.
Yeah, ghost runners on every base, and there's a 0 pitch clock. As soon as you get it, you got to throw it back.
And then we can see if that pitcher from Georgia still has that sort of swag. How about that guy?
That guy. Wow.
That guy's what baseball needs, dude.
Love it. Yes,
if
absolutely.
You missed the video, there's a guy in college that pitches for Georgia, and he looks at the tying runner in the game, sticks his tongue out, and gives him a little, how you doing, Gene Simmons, and then goes right back, throws a pitch, strike, no swing, caught looking, and then glove off, and and gives himself a round of applause. I was like, that is the most charismatic thing and ballsy thing I've ever seen because 1, that guy can't get thrown at, so he's invincible. But 2, now you put your team at risk the next time you play that team.
A little bit, but you know what? That's what baseball needs.
Yeah.
I think we're out of the era of people getting mad at the bat flip. There was a time, and especially Jose Bautista.
You might think there's still some old hags in the league
I know, but those people, I got to be honest with you, got to move those people out. You got to move those people out and get more people like that Georgia pitcher to come in and celebrate himself. But that's what we we want. Like, how big a star would that guy be in baseball if that guy went out there and do that kind of stuff, right? Like, people would absolutely love it. That's what baseball needs. You need personalities to move your game forward. That's why people are so excited about this hockey game. Yeah, it's Canada, U.S., but how much more excited are we because we had 3 fights in 9 seconds to start that game, and both Kachuk brothers are beating the snot out of some Canadian guy, right? Like, that's why we're involved in this game more so than anything, because you had that personality showing. People like it. Fans can relate and whatnot. And if you have a team with no personality, it's hard to kind of grasp on as a fan. So I love the celebrating in baseball.
Yeah. I don't know how much of the Mizzou game you guys watched last night. I watched minute for minute, second for second. Great game.
Yeah, I watched most of it. It was awesome.
3 things. Dennis Gates is about as cool as the other side of the pillow.
It's amazing how him and Tang have flipped roles in like a year.
Oh, yeah. And 2, Nate Oates is probably one of the most annoying people in the entire world.
That's the Alabama coach, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you would have asked me who the Alabama coach was, no chance I would have known. But I know the name Nate Oates.
3, the greatest thing of the game last night happened in the postgame.
You know, they
that's fantastic.
Perfect in press conference over, I guess, right?
Have you heard this?
No.
Somebody pulled the fire alarm. Is that what we got going?
Please, your attention, please.
Squid Game.
A fire has been reported in the building. Please proceed.
Yeah, they were on fire tonight. That's for sure. What was going on? We've known that for about 2 hours.
Self-deprecating moment, like got your ass kicked, threw a temper tantrum that caused a technical foul in the game,
great.
like knocking the playboard out of your coach's assistant's hands. Getting a technical, the marker went all over the court, and then the fire alarm goes off, and it's just like, yeah, they were on fire tonight. We got our ass kicked.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 110-98.
That's a big score for a college game,
It was awesome,
right?
man. Like, there was no defense, which I didn't need it. But Mizzou is just, I mean.
Everybody complains about defense in basketball. Nobody plays defense. And then you get a 110-98. That was a great game. You know, like, so for the folks who complain about defense, you want scoring. You want to see these guys score.
I mean, Mizzou, we'll talk about it later in the show. I mean, obviously, hockey's the focal point today, which is crazy to me. But good for it. But, like, look, man, Mizzou's
setting themselves up for a great first-round knockout this year, I'll tell you that.
Don't do that. Oh, that'd be tough.
Because that's all that matters. This is fun. Do it in the tournament, right? Don't Norfolk State, Bucknell, Bradley, all that, you know?
Yeah, but to be fair, like, they went from not winning a conference game last year to absolutely – they've beaten 3 top 5 teams this year.
Yeah.
Kansas being one of them. And the thing that's crazy is they're playing in the SEC, which is the toughest conference and one of the toughest I've ever seen as a follower of college basketball, and they're winning against these type of – they were so much better than Alabama last night. It wouldn't even close.
And this is the beauty of NIL and the transfer portal. And while Kansas fans are probably ruining the day that came on, this gives an opportunity for a Missouri fan base that's been kicked in the nuts by their basketball team for the better part of 2 decades now to have the opportunity to quickly turn this thing around. It's great for coaches who are kind of on the hot seat as well. Like, you get this opportunity to put out a winning team. Like, Missouri is prime case for why the NIL and transfer portal works. 100%. Kansas is test case for why it doesn't work.
Yeah, Mizzou's best player last night had 31 points. He's a transfer from Duke. And he's a junior.
There you go.
So, it's good. Coming up on their side, we will address what is the obvious, which is the hockey game. And we want to know, 913-586-7965, scale of 1 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10. How juiced are you for this game tonight, United States versus Canada? Primetime spot, 7 p.m. 913-586-7965. How juiced, scale of 1 to 10, are you for this hockey game versus United States versus the Canadian national team? Let's go, Dusty Mack here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, guys, I'll tell you what. Generally, we hear talk about medicine and effective treatments for erectile dysfunction and other men's sexual health issues. Today, I want to talk to you about love, because love is the best reason to get treated and tested for your ED. ED can cause major relationship issues. In fact, men often push their partners away when ED becomes a problem. The condition can cause depression, arguments, breakups, and even contribute to divorce. There are a few things more wonderful in life than intimacy, but when erectile dysfunction harms intimacy, it can have devastating effects on your relationship. Heartland Men's Health is here to help. They have treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men right here in Kansas City. So schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. Plus, they have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Missouri, in Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
March is almost here, and college basketball is reaching its most exciting stretch of the season. Right now, new customers on FanDuel can get $150 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. That's $150 extra bucks to bet on everything from conference clashes to tournament upsets, and even who's cutting down the nets. If you've been waiting to join FanDuel, there's no better time. The app is easy to use, and when you win, you'll get paid instantly. So visit FanDuel.com/Alex and get in on the college hoops action before March takes over. FanDuel is an official sports betting partner of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
Old Spice Swagger Body Wash will make you the MVP of freshness and confidence. With its irresistible scent, it will transform your shower experience, leaving you feeling fresh on and off the field. Pair it with Old Spice Swagger Deodorant, the #1 aluminum-free brand that keeps you feeling like a Super Bowl champion 24/7 when used daily. But don't wait. This dynamic duo is available at Costco for a limited time only. Old Spice, official deodorant partner of the NFL and Super Bowl 59, where freshness meets football greatness.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
Well, I'll tell you what, I love going to Hy-Vee. It's my favorite time of the week to go up and down the aisles and see everything that they have there at Hy-Vee. And they make my life so much easier by shopping at Hy-Vee. And now with all this cold weather, maybe you don't want to go into the store. You want the store to come to you. And you can do that with Hy-Vee's convenient aisles online shopping and delivery service. Hy-Vee can get you your groceries any way you want. Like me, I love going to Hy-Vee up and down the aisles. My wife, she loves using aisles online where they bring the food and the groceries to us, and they can help you with any kind of dinner that you want to prepare. It's so easy right now. Just download the app or go to Hy-Vee.com. Choose your store, select your items, and Hy-Vee will do all the shopping for you. All you have to do is either pick up your order or have it delivered to your home. So take advantage of their aisles online service today, only at Hy-Vee.
When I wake up,
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer-dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf. Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Advent Health welcomes the Casey Golf Show, February 21st through 23rd at the Overland Park Convention Center. Test and buy big brands and enjoy new women's and kids programs Saturday at the show. Front door bonuses and tickets at KansasCityGolfShow.com.
Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? Call Jay Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4600. 4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow.
The technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by the technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. On the Missouri side, 435 southbound, heavy approaching winter with an accident blocking the left lane. Otherwise, things move pretty well all around the metro. Money-back guarantees and parts and labor warranties mean you aren't just buying products. You are securing your investment. For a limited time, receive a free furnace when you purchase an AC. Schedule your complimentary proposal online at anthonyphc.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Shout out Harold Kuntz, man.
I mean, this guy's working at night in the sub-zero temperatures covering a soccer game.
I know that man very well, and I know those eyes are pissed.
Yeah, he's the hardest working man, and I'll tell you what, Harold Kuntz is everywhere, covering everything.
Shout
working
out
for
HK,
you.
Man. Yeah, man.
There you go, Harold. I'm looking at him at that soccer game last night as we have the TV on. He's bundled up. He's like, I'd rather be anywhere but here.
Yeah, you know he's pissed. I can tell.
I mean, it was ridiculously cold last night. And if you went, how cold was it, right? I mean,
fans bundled up for a sporting game.
Oh, you think?
There you go. I was wondering when the first shot was of the cardboard.
Oh, there's one with a blanket.
I'd have taken.
I mean, what could you have possibly worn last night to keep yourself
I'm
protected
surprised
from
we didn't
that?
see shirtless guy, but that's not really soccer vibe.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm surprised just because it would have been like a way to get on TV, and you know how people are with that kind of stuff these days.
Respect the text. We asked for a scale of 1 to 10. How juiced are you for the hockey game tonight against the United States and Canada? Scale of 1 to 10, I'm at a 1776. Let's go.
That's great.
Take the day, man. Take the day.
Yeah,
man. Just take it.
That is great. I was going to say an 11, because, I can't remember the last time I've been this kind of juiced up for a hockey game, right?
Yeah.
It's probably been maybe an Olympic game or something like that where you force yourself to
we were
get
just talking about it. Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals last year.
Yeah, but not like this one, right?
No, because you'd have a dog in the fight.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Everybody has a rooting interest,
Yeah, unless you were like Edmonton or something like that. Then last year you're jacked.
You ever meet a Florida Panther fan?
Yeah, Dan Lebitard.
Okay.
And Stu Gatz.
All right. So you actually met those guys. But other than them,
I met Stu. I haven't met Dan, but I met Stu at Radio Row.
Ever made an Edmonton Oiler fan before?
No.
No, there you go. So so everybody's got a dog in this fight, right? Yeah. Everybody's got a dog in it tonight. And
I'm a Kachuk guy tonight, though.
Everybody's going to be watching.
Also,
yeah.
Sidebar conversation.
Yeah.
Is the hockey jersey the best jersey?
It's a sweater.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
Like, I love the NBA jersey. Because
those are pretty great.
You could wear it at the pool.
Yep.
You could wear it over the suit. You know how you have the suit guy?
Oh, God.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean?
That guy, yeah.
Yikes.
I'm too busy from work, so I'm going to put a basketball.
Yeah.
It's usually a Kansas fan.
Baseball jersey, I think the jersey's better for baseball, fan-wise. Because the jersey, I don't know. NFL, decent, but it's like very patchy. Like, if you get one of those authentic ones, like, I don't know.
People like the patches, though. Some people really collect them. I'm not interested in that
Patches
kind of stuff.
O'Houlihan, legend in dodgeball.
Legend.
Somebody says play Freebird, Matt. Come on.
Yeah.
Good morning, guys.
until
Very
9:56.
excited for the hockey game tonight. Let's go USA. Choose for United States, Canada hockey. 1 out of 10. Don't get mad because I disagree.
He's a 1 out of 10. Not
1 out of 10,
excited.
yeah.
Okay, if you're not excited, tell
That's
us
fine.
why.
It's not everybody's
No, it's
cup of
not
tea.
everybody's cup of tea. I won't
like-
watch basketball, so that's fine. But let us know why you're not excited for that game tonight. Maybe you just don't like hockey. But I think, like you asked, how many celebrities are going to be there tonight?
Let's say over 10.5.
I think probably
or under.
Well, I don't know. It's who's a celebrity anymore, right? If they show some guy that's famous on Instagram or something like that,
If you are
does
on
that
camera
count,
and they
right?
have a graphic
and they
of
have
your name,
you're
a celebrity.
Okay, all right, that's fine. That's a fair way.
Because I would assume the Bostonians would be like. I feel like Damon's probably
Damon will be there. Di Beltron.
You got to think. Does Big Papi go?
I mean that is his effing city, right? I mean,
is he there?
Big ticket, Pierce.
Yeah, Paul Pierce maybe going, but he's too busy working on a bad television career. So he may not be there for that game. What about like Kevin Garnett? Does he show up to that?
Yeah,
Does Larry Bird?
Anything's possible.
You know? Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. I don't know. I'm trying to think like somebody says they're at a 51.
That's good.
I'm just happy that it's at 7 p.m. Like everybody can enjoy that.
That's right. Yeah.
Like
it's
if
the
you have
perfect
kids
time.
that like to eat at like 5 o'clock, or if you're like Bob, like to eat at 5:30 and 6, like you're done with everything. 7 o'clock, boom, game. 2.5 hours, 9:30. Goodbye.
You're done. Yeah.
And tomorrow's Friday.
And exactly right. So it's not like you have to be really functioning tomorrow at work. And so I just think it's going to get a big number. I think there's going to be a lot of people. Like Saturday Night Live was 15 million people that
More
watched
or less
that.
than this.
I'm going to guess kind of around the same. I'm going to say somewhere between 10 and 15
I bet it's
million
massive.
watched this.
The entire country of Canada will watch.
Yeah.
The entire country of the United States will watch.
I hope they
I
do.
will say this. There is a ton of NBA games on tonight. So that's, and I know the NBA's ratings are extremely down. It's not as
And
attractive.
it's regular season NBA, versus.
But I mean, then you have people like the 702 says, haven't missed a single game of the Four Nations. We cannot wait for tonight. Pizza, beer on the menu. America, boys. Let's go. What are you guys doing for dinner?
Yeah, I have. I think
we're doing pizza.
My wife made some chicken last night for tonight, so we'll probably do that and whatnot. I don't think it's anything spectacular dinner wise for a Thursday night
Matt
game.
might have
or
a
maybe we
Caesar-
just want to get the hell out of the house.
Matt might be doing a Caesar grilled chicken Caesar wraps.
Yes, that sounds amazing.
I saw a video, of course, like as we were like here earlier, and I was like on my phone, and it was like DIY like crispy chicken Caesar sandwich.
So good.
She made like a cutlet on like a garlic Parmesan bread, put like a Parmesan garlic spread, fried the cutlet, then made a Caesar salad, put it on top, shredded cheese, ate it.
Yeah.
Sandwich. I mean, come on.
It looks pretty good.
Caesar wrap, underrated. So we talked about this. Like, this is a very, very hype of a game. Like, this is I'll be honest with you. I don't watch a lot of hockey. I don't think that's a secret, but I will not miss a second of this game tonight.
Well, it's like me with the basketball during the Olympics.
Yeah.
I don't watch basketball.
Right.
I don't like the sport.
Right.
But when they were playing in the Olympics, it was United States. That was great. That was fun, right?
To my damn country, man.
And this is kind of like I think for most people with hockey, you probably don't watch a lot of regular season, and not a lot of people are watching a lot of regular season NHL hockey. The numbers will tell you that, right?
In fact, like I planned for this night on Tuesday. Like I knew what I was doing at 7 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon, like straight up.
Yeah.
And like plan the menu around it, plan, everything is like 7 o'clock Thursday night. I'm not going anywhere except recliner and TV.
And this is an anomaly. This is a one-off of these type of games. Like we don't get a lot of these type of games where like this is. I'm not going to say it's a Super Bowl or anything like that,
but it's
tear down. Yeah, it's a tear down. It's like everybody's talking about this game, no matter where you go. It's like, oh my God, have you seen this hockey thing that's going on? This hockey stuff is great. This is fun.
And obviously hockey is, I think it's almost to a point where it's like a cult following, like people
It is.
that, what I mean? So like, and I think there's a couple of moments where we've had this, like United States Olympic team basketball, you get kind of that way, but like you wait until it gets to like the final four teams because you would assume the United States in basketball would get to the championship game.
Right.
Then they do. And you're like, all right, France, United States in Paris, like let's do
go.
this.
Yeah.
And then the World Baseball Classic, when I think it was Japan versus United States. And
that was good.
And you got the moment that we all wanted, which was Ohtani versus Trout.
Right.
Game on the line. Here we go. And then, you parlay that into this tonight. And, this is one of those events that's not always given to you. Like if you missed the Mizzou game last night, which was great if you're a Mizzou fan, you've always got Saturday, then you've got next Tuesday or Wednesday.
Saturday. Yeah, right.
This is
it.
And I promise you, if you go to your Twitter account, if you have one, if you don't, no worries, or your Facebook or your Instagram, at 7:30, people you didn't even know, people you didn't think will be talking about what's going on tonight because of the importance and the impact this game has. And this game means nothing other than pride.
But it's pride.
National pride.
I mean, guys are talking, though, on both sides that this is bigger than the Stanley Cup for them. And to hear the players
I think they're
talk
also
that
lost
way,
in the moment.
But again, hockey players are raised that you play for your country.
Right.
NBA players aren't. Hockey players, baseball players are. Football players aren't. Like, you don't see the national football team, right? You do in baseball, you do in hockey. That's really where it's big. Guys are raised to play for that, name on the front of their jersey. And you talk to baseball baseball players too, because I thought the World Baseball Classic was kind of a whatever. Then you start talking to the players that participated in that, and you realize how much that does mean to them, and they're playing for that name, that flag, that that country that they grew up in and whatnot, and that's really cool. That's where this is with hockey. These guys know, hey, the Stanley Cup's awesome, but this is playing for America. This is playing for Canada, and we're playing our biggest rival in the sport. I mean, there's a lot of bragging rights on hand tonight. If we win this game, we lost like 9 straight to the Canadians, right? We weren't supposed to win that game on Saturday. We did. I don't know that a lot of people, I know the betting lines will say, because I think a lot of Americans are going to be betting Team USA, and all this kind of stuff. But I think the Canadian team is better than the United States team. We'll see what happens tonight, and if they win this game, then it's 2 straight against Canada. And now you got bragging rights, and you don't know when you're going to play Canada again and this kind of stuff.
They call it home ice advantage?
Yeah, a little bit of, home ice advantage. Yeah, absolutely.
You don't call it court. How dare you?
Home court advantage.
Yeah, court. Because, home pitch advantage in soccer.
Yeah, exactly. Home field advantage in soccer.
Home field advantage in baseball.
Yeah, home field advantage in football. But no, it is definitely home ice advantage in hockey. And so
the United States -1.5 is the spread. Wow. They are the favorite on the money line, and the over-under in the game is 5.5.
So do you think the United States is going to win by 2 goals against Canada? I don't. I think it's going to be one of those type of games that either goes to a shootout or it's a 1-goal
That's what I hope
difference,
happens. So what I'm going to bet tonight, and I know absolutely diddly poo about hockey.
That's the way to bet. Just don't know.
I'm taking the over. And I'm taking the United States, and it's like plus 275.
Bet with your heart on this one, because
I don't have a heart.
I'm
just like, I don't know. I don't know anything about what the advantage is, what it is. I'm just going with national pride. I hope this happens. A lot of goals. I think the game could be, 4-2 America.
Yeah, okay.
Happy Dusty.
Happy Dusty, you're good. You
Happy
win,
country.
And everybody moves on. Yeah, I just have a feeling it's going to be a lot closer than I think we're going to see. And again, we're setting ourselves up.
4-3, I'm happy with that, too.
Win. I don't care how we win. I don't care, what the final score is and whatnot. Just go out there and beat Canada and have those bragging rights. And I think that is important for these guys in hockey. And it's going to be an energy that you have not seen before on the ice. It's just going to be great. And so I think if you're not a hockey fan, I understand that. But give this an opportunity. Give this a chance. I'm glad I gave basketball a chance during the Olympics, and it was a cool thing to watch. Same thing with hockey. This is that Olympic moment where you can give this sport a chance and give it an opportunity and really see if you like it. And if you fall in love with hockey, pick up a team and start rooting for them, man.
What would be the perfect ending to tonight? Because you mentioned the World Baseball Classic. It was Shohei versus Trout.
As time runs out, Kachuk from like half the ice hits one in the upper right corner.
See, I was going completely opposite of you, which is really good. Connor McDavid on a breakaway gets stymied as time expires. United States wins.
Yeah.
Shootout would be cool, too.
Shootout would be cool.
Would be sick.
Yeah, shootout would be great. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Connor McDavid, last shot type of thing, and then gets stymied and America wins and the place goes insane.
Somebody from the 816 says, it's Zach. He says, we're having poutine in honor of Canada, but they're going to make it with American Wagyu beef, American cheese, and I'm making cheeseburgers, not going to lie.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I like that.
Somebody says from the 620, wasn't getting too excited for a hockey game tonight, but now you guys got me pumped. Probably throw too much money on it now and slam too many Lime Garage beers. USA.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what this
is about.
That's what this sort of thing does. Like, we build our rundown and like you look at it and you're like, okay, hockey here, hockey here. But then you're like, now I think about it, like there are so many different angles that you can take with this game tonight because it's national pride, it's entertaining, it hasn't happened before. Well, it has, but not in this regards. And it's
even if it has, who cares? Nobody remembers.
And it's happened at the perfect time. Like you had. College basketball had its moment yesterday. There was a couple good games on. Mizzou played last night. KU lost to BYU, which somebody said in the text on earlier. KU would not want aggregate scoring with BYU's game the other night. Good luck with that. You have to win by 35 just to advance.
Well, don't put yourself in that situation.
Fair point. But no, I mean, that's why this game, like the magnitude of this game, like, let's be honest, like, there are certain sports that happen every year or every 4 years or every other year where out of nowhere, people will talk about it because of the importance of it. And you asked a question like, how hyped are you for this game? But also like, what other sporting event that's like this, not a Super Bowl, not a football playoff game or a Chiefs game or whatever baseball, like what other sport out there is it a World Cup match? Like if the United States plays England, remember when they played in South Africa?
Yeah.
And it was at like 5 a.m?
Yep.
Vuvuzela's going nuts in Overland Park. And people were wrapped up in it. Like you didn't care who the hell Landon Donovan was. But boy, when he scored that goal against England and late
You
time
were
in the
fired
game,
up, yeah.
I mean, everybody. I mean,
Yep.
that's when Power and Light was born, basically, with the soccer capital of the world, with the United States in Kansas City. And, you know, you talk about sporting events, the World Cup, the Masters. To me, this is a lot like the non-golfer watching the Ryder Cup. Like, most people probably have no idea who Xander Schauffele is. But he might hit a putt.
Sounds like a golfer.
Yeah. Or maybe you don't even know who Justin Thomas is. But he might hit a putt against the Ryder Cup, you know, Europe team, and all of a sudden it's in Bethpage Black in New York this year, and everybody's jacked up and pumping, and all of a sudden you're like, kind of into this golf match.
Yeah, you get into it, yeah.
Because, like you said, there's lead into this. Like, there was the big fight, the 3 fights in 9 seconds because they booed the national anthem, and either you missed it or you watched it. And if you missed it, you found out about it like that.
Oh, yeah.
And now you're into it. Whereas, like, in the Ryder Cup, which gets me going, the first couple of rounds are like, you know, they're not really where they're at. And then Sunday's match play. Like, Sunday's like, all right, it's Rory versus, you know, whoever. Yeah. And it's like, all right, we're ready for this. Let's do this. So, again, I think that's where we're at today with this game. The more you talk about it, the more you start to think about it, the more you research it, the more you're like, damn, actually, we got to change plans now. We were going to do this, but hey, 7 o'clock, we're in because either you heard about it, you did your own research on it, you follow it, or you're wrapped in the flag as well.
Well, and I also think what this goes to show you is this is a lesson for sports in general, that when you put on an event that is a one-off, that is a big event, people like it. And when we're sitting here talking about 162 baseball games or 81 NBA or NHL games or however many games they play in the MLS at this point in time, there's just way too many games, and they just aren't there's so many games, like, you can never create this kind of atmosphere for a generic baseball game in May or a generic hockey game in November or a basketball game ever. Like, to me, I think, like, this is where sports needs to really start to focus a little bit more about what works and what doesn't. And I think if you polled fans across the board, every fan that you would talk to would agree there are too many NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball games, and the timing of these games is too long. Baseball's fixed that. They've condensed it a little bit. But we talk all the time about, and Vern has brought this up, and we can talk to him even at 8 o'clock about this, about, you cut this season down to 100 games, and the magnitude of every game becomes bigger. And I know the counter is from all of these owners, how are we going to make up the difference at the gate if we cut, 15 games off of our home schedule and 15 games off of our away schedule, whatever it ends up being? How are we going to make up that difference? Well, it's pretty simple. You have less games. They mean more. You charge more for those games and make it more of a primetime premium event. I mean, look at what they get for a Chiefs game. There's 8 or 9 home games a year, and I know that's different than baseball. You're talking hundreds of dollars just to get into a game now for the NFL, right? And Major League Baseball is still a very affordable product at times, comparatively speaking, when it comes to, professional sports and whatnot. But I think if you cut the games down to 100, you have 50 at home, 50 on the road, make them a more important game, charge more because there's less of them, and make it more of a premium offer. I think ultimately that would be better for the sport to have games like this, because people don't get excited for Tuesday in May. They just don't. But tonight it's Thursday in February, and the entire North American continent can't wait till 7 o'clock Central Time tonight for this game to face off. Like, that's what it's all about in sports. And I think while you want to have a lot of games because that's inventory and you're making your money off of that, I don't know that fans want or need all the games that these sports leagues are providing.
Mm-hmm. Mac, you juice for this game?
Dude, I'm pumped. Yeah.
So I'll ask you this. I know I haven't met your lady, but I know yours is a sports fan. She'll be locked in.
She'll be locked in. She loves hockey.
Will the lady be locked in?
She will like the international aspect of this game. Yep. She will like the internet. She'll be able to get into it. If it was just a normal, she wouldn't care.
Because hockey, very attracted to the male, right? Like fighting.
Oh yeah, that's her thing too. Yes.
And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, babe. So, what's going on?
Just finished dinner.
What do you want to do tonight? So, there's a really big hockey game at 7. When did you start watching hockey? So, it's United States versus Canada. Okay, say less.
Yeah,
say
exactly.
Less.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, though, if you got to do that to your girlfriend, you got the wrong girl. I'm just being honest with you, man. Like, I'm in a different relationship in my life, and I guess I'm lucky. Like, If I want to do it, I do it. If she wants to do it, she does it type of thing.
Yeah, it's like, also she's a diehard sports fan.
Yeah.
Not everybody's significant other is a diehard sports fan.
And I would suggest not marrying a diehard sports fan, too.
Yeah. I've dated both, and I like this. I like this track.
This track is good, right?
Yeah, it's good for me. If she doesn't want to watch it, I'll just go in my room with my two TVs.
And that's the other thing. Like, my wife will sit there and watch Netflix or whatever if I'm doing a thing. Like,
she'll scroll.
I don't think we've ever had that. Like, I really want to do this. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Because I think we started dating in our 30s, and it's completely different. You already have your life. You're like, I'm doing this, right? But like, I think if all 4 teams were in Kansas City, and I said to Jen, we can buy season tickets to one, I think she would say hockey. I do. Yeah,
that's a good question.
Over baseball?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, she loves the horn. I mean, she loves hockey.
Yeah.
And like, you go to a game in person. The horn is fantastic, man. I'll tell you what. She loves the horn. Yeah. But you go to a hockey game, you're there. It's a completely different atmosphere. It's fun. It's exciting. Yeah. It's just you're on the edge of your seat. And yeah, I think she'd probably say hockey. I mean, honestly, I think it's such a great sport in person, and the players are the best too. And that's the big difference in all of this. Is like, hockey players are the most relatable athlete to the American, and I say that because they drink beer, they fight, they play for their country. They don't make a lot of money. They're genuine guys. They remember where they came from. They're relatable. Like, I just tell stories all the time about hockey players just showing up at bars when we were in St. Louis doing remotes just to hang out because they wanted to be there and just hang out and drink beer. TJ Oshie at 18 drinking Budweiser. Like, I mean, like, that's what a hockey player is all about. That relates to people. And when you have athletes that are relatable, you become big fans of them. And so that's why I think hockey has such an opportunity, because I think they're the most relatable of the athletes that we have in this country today.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I don't know, I almost say like baseball.
Yeah, they're all silver spooners anymore in baseball, though. I mean, it's hard to relate to a lot of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, I just see like a giant ogre with like no teeth. I'm like, I can't relate to that. The guy's like a massive of a man that just beats people up like that. That's just where I see it. I mean, the money part, yeah. I mean, I know hockey's not a rich sport, but it can be.
It can be. I mean, you got to have money to play, but
Right.
but I know from covering sports, hockey players are the most relatable athletes, the most genuine athletes, the nicest athletes, the guys that give you the most time. They understand kind of where their sport is, and a lot of these other athletes, good time being, help the team win, all this kind of stuff. Like, hockey players are the best. They are the absolute best.
7:00 tonight, United States, 1.5 favorite, money line favorite, and over under 5.5. Gambling in sports has made an impact no matter how you look at it. We'll explain what that means. 96.5 The Fan, your home, Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your new home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, I want the snow to melt, but I also don't want the snow to melt, because I know when that snow melts, I have to look at my yard, and it is gross. And I'll tell you what, that won't be the case in a couple of months once Aspen Lawn and Pest Control take over and fix a lawn that we've been trying to work on, I don't know, for the better part of a decade, and really the last 3 years. Once we remove the big trees, we just can't get the grass to grow out front, and it's been terrible. And so I'm going to trust the professionals at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, because these guys and gals have gone to college for this. They know what to do. And so I'm throwing my arms up in the air. I'm saying, come on over here, guys, and take care of my lawn. You'll see those iconic blue trucks all over town with the Aspen Lawn and Pest Control logo on them, and they're always parked in front of the nicest lawns in Kansas City. They've been providing award-winning service since 1985, and they offer full-service lawn care, irrigation, and pest control. Plus, they're veteran-owned. Mention you heard this ad right here on 96.5 The Fan, and they'll give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you say you heard it right here. So expect the best. Don't wait. Call today or just visit aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Are you ready to start feeling your absolute best? I've got the perfect solution. Stretch Zone, your destination for practitioner-assisted stretching. Whether you're an athlete looking to enhance performance or someone seeking relief from the daily grind, Stretch Zone's personalized stretching sessions cater to all levels and lifestyles. Unleash your potential. Let Stretch Zone guide you to a healthier, more flexible you. 6 area locations. Book your session today at stretchzone.com. Stretch Zone. Stretch, work, play, repeat.
Well, if you're headed up to the airport and you want to find that best place to park, then you know where it is. It is Park and Go. They have all covered parking. Days like today, it is perfect to have your car protected from all of those elements. Imagine if you left town on Monday and you came back and your car was covered in snow after a long trip. You don't want to deal with any of that. But if you park at Park and Go, you don't have to worry about that because every spot is covered parking and their customer service is top-notch as well. It's so easy to make your reservation at bookparkandgo.com. Boom, done. Or use their easy-to-use app. That way, when you show up on your day of your flight, you've got that spot reserved for you. And as soon as you pull in, they'll tell you exactly where to park, and a van will meet you right away to take you to the airport terminal. No waiting, no running around, no looking for a bus stop. Park and Go comes right to you. And as soon as you're at the airport, you're relaxed and ready to go. When you get back, this is where I love Park and Go the most. They're there waiting for you. Just grab your bags and walk off the plane and jump on the bus, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So do what we did and join their frequent parker program. Earn points towards free parking and reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Hey, not to be dramatic, but you should smell this. It smells so good.
Whoa, that's quite the reaction to mixing and matching Gain scents. Let's hear another from Ashley, who mixed Gain products and went,
I'm so excited.
yes, you are. What about you, Isaiah?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. And Emily summed it up like so.
It is just chef's kiss.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
Basketball fans, don't miss the MIAA Basketball Championships March 5th through 9th at Municipal Auditorium. 18 games over 5 days, the nation's best small college basketball tournament will feature some of the nation's best Division II teams. Get your tickets now through Ticketmaster and visit odyssey.com/965thefan/events February 20th through 24th to register to win free tickets. MIAA Madness, March 5th through 9th. Bring your A-game.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunkt Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer-dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 16. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Metro Ford online at kcmetroford.com. On the Missouri side, 435 southbound, heavy past Front Street, stays quite slowed down towards Winter with an accident that's now pushed off to the right shoulder. Metro Ford off Noland Road in Independence is your Ford F-150 headquarters. Right now, get over $13,000 in savings on select new XLT Ford F-150s. When's the last time you saw deals like that? These trucks are moving fast, so hurry to Metro Ford online at kcmetroford.com. See dealer for details. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
$13.7 billion. I'll explain what that means. First off, have you ever seen this? By the way, you've been in the studio for 15 years. Have you ever seen ice on the window this high up? Look at this. It's so, like, there's ice.
Oh, my. Yeah, that is really high. No, I have not. I thought you were talking about the dead bugs inside the double-plated glass.
No, there's over 50 dead flies in each pane.
How do they get in there?
Very, very sneaky, sir. Shout out Mr. Deeds. But yeah, I noticed this when I got up to walk out of the room during the break. There is it's covered in ice.
And that'll be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
You don't like it here today. It'll be 29 tomorrow.
Nice little half crescent moon out there today. Looks like an orange slice. Pretty sure those were vitamins I took this morning.
It does look like an orange slice.
What'd you take? Vitamin THC? Welcome back into Fesco and Dusty. Josh Vernier at 8. Ben Maller coming up in about 30 minutes. $13.7 billion, Bob. That was the revenue in sports gambling for the United States in 2024. That number will only go higher.
Is that the money they made, or is that the money that was gambled on sports?
I believe it was money that was, yeah. Oh, okay. So the American sports betting industry posted a record $13.7 billion in 24 revenue from up to 2023's record $11.04 billion, according to the American Gaming Association. So you add those numbers together, $24 billion over the last fiscal year of gambling in sports. More states are going to make it legal. Obviously, Missouri, we talked about yesterday, July 30th. Mm-hmm. That's going to increase that number. If it's gone from 11 to 13 in 1 year, I would assume it would go to 13 to 15 or 16 next year, depending on how many states have opened it up.
The $150 billion worth of bets is just insane to me. I mean, wow. We've
already had two segments, and we've talked about betting in both of them, and now a third one.
Yeah.
Like, it runs sports.
It does, yeah.
And it always has. It's similar to everybody being able to pay college athletes. Like before, it was always like, this guy's like, oh, I got a bookie and I can't say his name because it's, it's like, oh, well, he gets the sports bet. Or you had to like go to Dave and give him a $20 bet and be like, hey, put this on the Chiefs and then like, let me know what juice I owe for the house. Now it's like, well, everybody can do it, basically. I mean, like, you can't do it in the live moment in Missouri. But
not now, but 10 weeks you can,
right?
Yeah.
And you can drive 12 minutes to State Line if you're in Lee Summit like I am. Go to Row, go to Quick Trip. All right, have your bet planned out. So where all you got to do is just click, I'm out, and then go back home. But this is something that is, and this is why I think there's two different sides of the story. I think this is why a lot of people like the Missouri bet. It was like very, very like pencil thin close because it's dangerous, but it's dangerously fun. Mm-hmm. Like if you got a problem, like you shouldn't be doing it. Go seek help.
That's on you. Seek help, but don't prevent me from doing something.
Right. And the other problem is like, athletes are betting prop bets. We've heard about that. But also like
athletes are also stupid because they're making these prop bets that aren't even going to cover the salaries that they could make if they just hang around the game for a while.
And then the positive side of it though is like you take tonight a hockey game and you take someone like me who could tell you maybe 3 rules in hockey, maybe name 3 players. And 2 of them are like the most iconic players in the league, Ovechkin and Crosby. And then Kachuk, brother. So I get 4 bonus. But you can watch this game tonight and be like, so why are you into it? It's like, well, it's the United States and I put a nice little coin that the United States is going to win and that there's going to be more than 5.5 goals scored. Mm-hmm. And it attracts you that much more because the money's on the line, plus your national pride's on the line, plus your attention is there. So, again, not going anywhere, and it's only going to get more and more in the billions of revenue.
It's interesting you bring that up because you look at hockey television ratings, they're down this year. NBA TV ratings are down this year. The NFL outside of the Chiefs, we're down this year. Baseball ratings are up. I think the baseball ratings overall are up locally. If gambling is such a big deal, why are all the television numbers down then? Are people just making bets and not watching the game, which is fine. I don't have an issue with that. But you would think, like, with people having juice in a game, I know when I bet on a game, it's a completely different watch, even if it's like $5 or $10, right? It's a completely different watch of that game than if you don't have any money on the game. You're invested in every pitch or point or everything like that. Like you're dialed in when you have money on a game. And so if I'm going to be gambling on a game, I'm going to be watching that game. Okay, I'm not just throwing money out there on some random game that's taking place. That's the way that I go about it. So with all of this gambling money that is coming in at record numbers, TV ratings across the board in sports, for the most part, are down. So why are the TV ratings down and dropping in these leagues if gambling is such a big increase? Like, how is gambling and all these dollars really benefiting, other than advertising dollars and marketing, obviously, that these teams are making off of the sports books? How is it really making the sport grow when all the TV numbers are down? That's the question that I have. That's the world that I live in, because I would think with all this gambling money, that means more people are invested in actually watching the games. Back to what we talked about earlier, there's just too many damn games. People are just betting. They're not paying any attention to them. They're having more fun betting the games than they are watching the games. Reduce the amount of games, and maybe more people will watch. But it doesn't seem right to me that all of these sports leagues are dropping in television ratings over the last year, but yet gambling is way up.
I think I can help. Because in sports gambling, there's so many different types of sports gambling bettors. There's the tailors, right? There's the people that tend to follow your bet. Like, for example, I can have a buddy who doesn't watch hockey and won't watch the game tonight, but he'll be like, throw me in on that bet as well.
Yeah.
Or
that's not for me. I feel like, and I still at 47, almost 48 years old now, I believe if I'm watching a game, I have an impact on the outcome.
Right. But I think the other thing too is that, like, the other thing with sports betting is that it's not all about it's not all about live betting or live games. How many people are betting hundreds, thousands on possible outcomes?
Yeah.
Like, you can't watch the World Series right now, but you can put a $500 bet on the Dodgers to win it.
Okay, yeah.
You don't have to watch the Super Bowl and hope that Patrick Mahomes is a Super Bowl MVP. So there's a lot of money on the pie graph of sports betting that goes to other things outside of, like, I would guess that obviously the number one betting thing is parlays. Mm-hmm. That's where they make all their money. That's where people can bet 10 to win $350 depending on the severity of your parlay. But, like, the thing why I don't think it adds up to numbers are down, gambling is up, is because there are so many different semantics in betting on sports that don't involve having to watch that game.
The actual game. I see. So a lot of futures betting and things like that.
Yeah,
okay. I guess that makes sense. But even still, don't you want to watch your bet take place, Or,
but, I mean, if you're betting that Mahomes is going to be the MVP of the NFL season, you don't need to watch week 3 against the Saints.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to watch, I don't know. You don't have to watch Bobby Witt Jr. every night if you have him to win the MVP of the season.
See, I would be. But that's just different. That's the world that I live in, right? Like that's the world that I'm in. But I guess I understand now. I guess if you are a gambler that throws a lot of money out there, obviously you can't watch every game. Yeah. But I think they thought, and this is kind of speaking from a team side of things, they thought that this would, increase the popularity of their sport by having gambling, and it really hasn't done that. It's just made, people have the ability to gamble. Obviously, you make money off of the marketing deals that you have, but it hasn't directly translated to more people consuming the product, which I think sports ultimately would have wanted, right?
Yeah, and the article ends with a lot of growth really was driven by existing markets, even markets that have been online for some time now. We saw really good growth. Foreman told ESPN on a follow-up call, pointing out that Massachusetts had a 40% revenue growth and Maryland 23% as key examples. So, quote, really, it's getting new people into the ecosystem and containing and engage with folks that are already betting on sports. So, again, it's the new person. It's the guy's wife. Honey, get on your phone, download DraftKings. We'll get $100 free in bonus bets, and then put money on this. No interest in the game, no interest in that, but your friends or your family
how
members,
many people have done that?
You call your mom, be like, Mom, download DraftKings, say that I referred you, I'll get money, and just go put $100 on Mahomes to win MVP.
Right.
Okay, got it. And they're done.
Yeah, that's true.
And
There's
then
a lot
says
of that.
Here to finish it, the sports bet industry is set to add on and potentially only one new state in 2025. Missouri legalized sports betting via ballot initiative in November, and the state is expected to launch by mid to late summer.
Yeah, the only new state coming on, which is, there's not many more that need to come on right now in the gambling world, because everybody pretty much has already gotten it. What is Missouri, 39th now? The 39th out of
39.
50?
There's 38 states that have some form of legal sports betting.
Yeah.
So we're getting close to having it just all the way around.
All the way around.
On the come.
I don't know why you wouldn't legalize it in your state. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Dusty, did you see Messi last night? No, but I know he scored in the 56th minute. He did start. I did lie. I said I'd go if I knew that he would start, and I didn't. But I chose warmth, so call me a coward. I don't care. Coming on the other side, Ben Maller at 7:15, but also big win by Mizzou. We'll dive into that game last night and play you the audio that was hilarious in postgame because, well, they were on fire. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Fesco and Dusty.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5, The Fan.
Well, Missouri sports fans, I've got great news for you. The Underdog app is now available to play in your state. And this basketball season, when your favorite stars score buckets, we're alley-ooping you an opportunity to win money from watching sports with Underdog. And this Underdog app is awesome. I'm having a ton of fun on the Underdog app, and it has all of your favorite teams, your leagues, players. Everybody's involved on the Underdog app. To play, choose whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats, points, assists, rebounds, and so much more. And like I said, they've got all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. And you can play with as little as $1. And if you get everything right, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. So turn $1 into 1,000 just with your hoops knowledge. Download the Underdog app and sign up now using the promo code BOB to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up with promo code BOB. Claim your special offer today and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly upon first deposit. Must be 18 and over and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu beef meat market, has even more convenient ways for you to shop. In addition to their location at 135th and Metcalf, they're now open at 95th and Knoll. Everyone deserves to elevate their beef. Whether you're looking to wow your family with a meal they'll never forget or impress your friends, neighbors, and coworkers, their Wagyu experts are ready to help you pick out something unforgettable. Booth Creek Wagyu, now with 2 locations, open 7 days a week, or at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with cancer? You want the most knowledgeable physicians with the latest technology. That's KCPI, the Kansas City Proton Institute. KCPI has a full suite of the most advanced imaging and treatment technology necessary to localize high-intensity proton beams. That's a critical part of maximizing cure rates while minimizing recovery time and long-term side effects. Proton therapy provides patients with the most advanced form of radiation treatments for cancer. It destroys cancer cells with supreme accuracy, reducing the risk of harmful side effects. KCPI has Kansas City's first and only system that uses pencil beam technology, resulting in precision targeting and less radiation to your surrounding healthy tissue. Proton therapy is now available in the comfort of an office at KCPI, making it more efficient and affordable than a hospital. So contact KCPI for the most knowledgeable physicians with the latest technology. Don't wait. Get precision technology with the highest safety measures with KCPI. Online at kcpi.com.
Hey, weekend warriors. How's a little trail therapy sound right now? Hop in. Let's go for a ride in the all-new Nissan Armada Pro 4X. Tune out all those work emails and turn up that twin-turbo V6 engine. Instead of letting the kids play online, show them some epic inclines. Turn your 8-person family dinner into an exhilarating off-road adventure. The all-new Nissan Armada is here. Intelligent four-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
2025 is the year Rob Sight Ford makes history. With non-commissioned sales staff, the lowest prices on brand new Fords, best trade-in values, and the biggest selection, we've got it all. Visit Rob Sight Ford, the top-rated Ford dealership on Google. robsight.com. Rob Sight Ford. Non-commissioned staff, low prices, best trade-ins, and the biggest selection. Visit robsight.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Call 913-768-7676 or ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. Missouri side, 435 southbound, slow from Front Street, not quite down to Winter. Earlier accident there has been moved off to the right shoulder. Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. February Valentine's special, buy one toilet, get the second one half off. Call Connolly at 913-768-7676 or ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
You're listening to the all-new 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Right back at it, 7 o'clock hour on a Thursday. Freezing cold temperatures out there. Stay warm, stay safe.
Last one of the year.
Yep.
Well, of the winter, I should say. We don't know what December's going to bring.
Right. Just got to get through today, and then the best is yet to come. You get baseball tomorrow on this radio station, 96.5 The Fan. Royals at 2 o'clock. Vern at 8 o'clock today. 6 o'clock tonight, both live in Arizona.
Hot stove.
You can get all of our beautiful content yesterday. Was it nice? Oh, yeah, you're not an Instagram guy. But maybe Twitter, you saw it. Videos live from Arizona. Got to see, pitching matchups. Got to see Sal hit. Got to see Bobby hit. Got to see, all these videos.
Well, now you're catching the bug, huh?
Come on, man. Baseball guy.
Yeah.
But,
I'm talking about watching the spring training videos.
Oh, I won't watch the games, but it's nice to see Vern's content in Arizona. Have a guy on the field giving you everything you want. Plus, Vern's rather be here than there, suckers.
Suckers. Yeah, that's right.
Rather here than there. I think Alabama's ready to go back home. The number 4 team in the country in college basketball got absolutely handled last night by the Mizzou Tigers. Big win for them, 110-98. Missouri's got some buzz, man. They've got some real juice going into the right time of the season. There's a lot of positives in Columbia. That was a big win last night for them. And a lot of it goes to, buying and selling your product, which is Denny Gates. And Dennis Gates has, hit rock bottom last year, man. No conference wins. SEC was on the come. And now the SEC is the toughest conference. Jay Billis even said, if you win the SEC tournament, that's almost better than winning the national championship this year.
All right. I love when people say that and whatnot, but still, that winning that championship, winning that March Madness tournament,
I think what he's referred it to is, but the SEC, I think 4 teams in the top 10, 2 teams in the top 5. Missouri's going to jump. I think they were either ranked 13th or 15th, depending on where you look at your college basketball polls. They should move inside at least top 10. 10, maybe 10 is where they go. But
SEC at 1, SEC at 2, at 4, at 6, at 7, at, you just keep going.
How many SEC teams will make the Final Four?
That's kind of a, that's at
least
tough.
1, at most 2, probably.
How many, I don't know, how many, SEC teams made the Final Four in the college football playoff? How many Big Ten teams?
None, right? In the SEC,
None, I don't
right?
Think, SEC did not show out well.
Yeah, exactly. So you have these great regular seasons, and then you get to the postseason, and that's obviously what you're going to be judged on.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess what he's trying to get at is the toughness of winning an SEC tournament where all the nice teams are. That's a very impressive 5 to 4 day run. Whereas March Madness is great, but you might have to play Providence in round 1. Then you'll go play a Seton Hall in round 2. Then it gets really juicy in the Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final 4. But going back to the Missouri topic, huge win last night by them. At home, sell out, sell your product. And Dennis Gates did that. He went winless in the conference last year. He's going to be a top 10 team this year, maybe when the season ends. One of the better teams in the toughest conference in the land. And you can tell that his players are bought in. They're all doing this quiet face, the shh face. He had a transfer last night, scored 31 as a junior from Duke. The portal works for some guys. It's working for Dennis Gates in the way that it's not working for Bill Self.
How do you retain guys from the portal, too? You recruited this Duke player. How do you make sure that he stays at your school? Because I think the cool thing to do is now enter the portal every year, right?
Sure, unless you sold a product that is believable and desired. And if this guy's career turned around because of Dennis Gates, who's to say that he doesn't have friends that are younger or older that are looking for that team, and then you build it around that product that is a believable. Because if this guy's going to go out on the forefront and say, hey, this program works, Gates is the man. We got a couple other kids that are here right now. You got this Caleb Grill kid who's just insanely talented that nobody knew who he was, and now he's a 3-point threat. He had a absolute mammoth of a double backwards dunk that didn't count.
Yes.
And the way that they're playing and the way that they have shown you that he has done this is very impressive, because you look at the transfer portal for KU, and I'm just using KU Mizzou because it's relatable. Hunter Dickinson has not worked out. The guys they've gotten from other schools have not worked out. But this is a team in Mizzou that went winless last year in the conference. And this year, when the conference is absolute highest, they're one of the top 3 teams in that conference. And it's insane. And they just beat Alabama, who was ranked 2 in the country just a week ago, but they lost to Auburn, the best team in the country, also SEC, and they just got handled by Mizzou.
I'm going to be interested to see, in the next 10 years how this NIL thing and portal really works in college sports, because I think there needs to be a happy medium now with having these one-and-dones, hit-it-and-quit-it type of seasons that we see and find a way to kind of sustain that. I don't know if it's ever going to come back to the mean where people go into the portal, then they find their new school, and they're just happy there. It seems like in college football and basketball right now, everybody's a one-and-done at your respective universities. It's now up to the coaches, and this is why a lot of these coaches are getting out, because not only are you trying to recruit new players to come into your system, you're trying to recruit the players that are in your system to stay in your system so you can keep some sort of continuity. And that's going to be the interesting thing as we move forward in this. How many of these teams are able to kind of keep this continuity and keep these players in their school and not let them go to the transfer portal? Because as soon as the basketball season's over, everybody and their brother enters the transfer portal, which they should. I mean, they've got to find the best opportunity for themselves. But from a coaching standpoint and from a building something standpoint, it's just brutal for these coaches. It really is. And I think, I'm not crying for them, they make a lot of money. But, I mean, I think the biggest part of their job now is to try to convince a lot of these kids to stay at their school and not go somewhere else. And you know what does all that? Money. And you've got to have that money rolling in for these kids to get paid now at these universities. Otherwise, they're going to go somewhere else. If somebody's offering me $1 million and you're offering me $500,000, peace out, man. I'm gone.
I think it also believes in it goes to the system and the coach, because since the NIL and portal has been wild, the only team that's won it has done it in the traditional way.
I know, it's crazy, right?
So I mean, Hurley's done it. Yeah. I mean, twice, and he did it with guys that stuck around. So I mean, it depends on like your product and the guy that's running the ship. And I think that like a guy like Dennis Gates, who's not a big name, who has a believable message. I mean, last night's postgame interview was absolutely insane to me. Watching his entire team come over and just get him in like a huddle, and then for him to go, you don't need to hear from me, you need to hear from this kid, and gave it to the transfer from Duke that had 31 last night, and then he talks, and everybody you can see is just there, whereas like you see these other teams that win, shake hands, high five, whatever. That's a team that like a guy like Dennis Gates can keep a team like Mizzou there, because that's a team in Mizzou that does that. Like, if you're one of the, like, Cooper Flagg could go get more money other than Duke. He literally could. He could go anywhere he wanted. I mean, you can get $7 million to go to BYU.
That's right.
But he's not. Yeah. Because guess what? John Shire's there.
Yeah.
His system is believable. Now,
it is Duke.
It is Duke. It is Cameron. Like, it is a great place to live. But like,
and that sets you up for life. Like, Cooper Flagg doesn't have to do anything, and Duke will take care of that guy for the rest of his life.
And Gatorade. But I mean, like, that's the thing, is like, if you have it's so much, college sports is so much based on the head coach. Even if it is transfer portals, taking over, NIL taking over, like, people are going to Colorado because of Deion.
I wonder if that's going to continue too, now that his son,
if he keeps winning, he's got to win. And that's got to win. You got to win, and it's got to be believable. And if you do that, they normally go hand in hand.
And you got to pay. Like that's the old school. Win and be believable and be a coach. Everybody, all right, I want to go play for this guy. How much you paying now? And that is the biggest factor now. I mean, you talk to anybody in college sports, and look, professional sports is the same way. I was having this conversation with my wife yesterday or the day before about Trey Smith, and she's like, well, why can't he just take less money and stay here? I go, because it doesn't work that way. Yeah. And it doesn't work that way in college sports. The majority, as they say in these commercials, 97% are going to go pro in something else. This is their opportunity to make the money, and if somebody offers you more money, you go. It's pretty simple. It's called the capitalism. It's what we're based on in this country. Somebody's going to double your salary or give you more money to do that same job. You're gone. It's pretty simple. And anybody who says they won't owe loyalty, you're full of it, And so you've got to take that money in the opportunities that you get. So it's going to be interesting to see what the NIL coffers look like after this season at Mizzou, and how many alums are scratching checks, and maybe how many less alums are scratching checks at Kansas at this point in time, looking around going, What is our money really going for at this point?
Mizzou's also got a lot of money, too. Like, they have a lot of donors that, I think some guy just dropped off like $60 million last year unannounced. Yeah. Just was like, here's $60 million.
Which is unbelievable. I guess, I don't understand why you give that kind of money to college athletics. I just don't. Like, there's no return on investment. You're not investing in something and getting dividend checks, right? Like, you're getting nothing for that money. I don't understand the big donors for college sports. And with college sports now, too, are you focus less on building buildings and more on the players and their salary? I think you kind of have to be right now. It was an arms race for a while to build these stadiums and these locker rooms and the facilities.
They will come.
But now, if you have a crap facility, but you're giving me $1 million to show up, I don't care what the locker room looks like. So maybe you need to redirect these funds that you're spending on stadiums and buildings and direct that towards the players, because the players are the product.
If you build it, they will come.
Used to be that way, yeah. I don't know how much that factors in anymore.
Move to the SEC, rebuild your football stadium. All of a sudden, you're starting to get transfers with NIL and portal, and all of a sudden, you get a guy like Eli Drinkwitz and Dennis Gates, and you change the culture of your entire university.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's been a great move.
Yeah, for sure. Coming up on the other side, though, we get our guy, Ben Maller, because it is Thursday. It's in the 7 o'clock hour. Plus, there's a running back that might get Mac a little bit excited like he did when DeAndre Hopkins was announced that he came to the Kansas City Chiefs. Bob Fesco, Mac Morey, Dusty like it. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan. You're home for the Kansas City Royals.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty.
What the hell's wrong with your station?
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me talk to you. Generally, we hear talk about medicine and effective treatments for erectile dysfunction and other men's sexual health issues, weight loss as well. But today, I want to talk to you about love, because love is the best reason to get treated for your ED. ED can cause major relationship issues. In fact, men often push their partners away when ED becomes a problem. The condition can snowball. It can cause depression, arguments, breakups, and it can even contribute to divorce. The one you love is the light of your life, and if you're, like most men, you want to do whatever you can to nurture your relationship. But if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, you know the impacts the condition is likely having on you and your partner that's caused by ED. But if you go to Heartland Men's Health, treatments work when the pills or herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. Don't forget, they have the 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas, Independence, Missouri, and North Kansas City. Call them today at 844-447-6600 or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at QC Kinetics can help you out with all of this pain that you just don't want to put up with anymore. Whether it's walking up the stairs, climbing stairs, getting in and out of bed, in and out of the car, it all hurts right now. And you're like, I got to get rid of this pain. I'm talking about that always there joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulder, and back. But here's the good news. QC Kinetics, they have groundbreaking treatments for arthritis pain. Long-term relief is now possible. At QC Kinetics, their regenerative treatments are sweeping the nation. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetic patients would tell you, don't wait, make that call today. These new orthobiologic cellular therapies, including PRP treatments, can revitalize your joints without going under the knife. QC Kinetics has treatments that prompt your body to heal and restore those damaged joints so you don't miss a beat because there's no downtime. Joint pain does not get better with time, so call QC Kinetics today for that free consultation. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. 816-412-6299.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6812. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6812. That's 800-575-6812. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the A to Z savings event at AutoZone.
Yeah, happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with the rotors.
Free. Really?
Really, free.
Okay, I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah, how much is that?
Free with 5 quarts of oil.
Free? Really?
Really, free. It's part of the A to Z savings event.
You might as well call it A to free.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Okay, so that's with bacon, cheese, lettuce, tomato, grilled onions, ketchup, and hold the pickles.
You know what you like. You wouldn't order your burger just any way. Why should your sports talk be any different? With Chapters on the free Odyssey app, you can choose the topics that matter to you most. Whether it's reactions, matchup previews, injury updates, or team news, quickly find what you really care about. Your football talk, your way. Download the free Odyssey app and start listening today.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, 435 southbound. Just brief slowdowns approaching Front Street now with an earlier accident that has been pushed off to the shoulder. Otherwise, things move pretty well all around the metro. Kansas side, 35 northbound trip from Olathe into downtown is 20 minutes. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
It is time to talk to our guy, Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio. Of course, you can catch him overnights right here on 96.5 The Fan. It's all brought to you by our friends at the Landing in Liberty. And Ben, what a great night for sports tonight, USA versus Canada. All of a sudden, America has been captivated with this hockey matchup that's going to take place in Boston tonight. I've been waiting all week for this game. I can't wait. How excited are you?
Yeah, even I don't have the hockey gene. I used to cover hockey back in the day, my early days in radio, but I'm fired up. I'm planning my night around this, and I don't normally talk much hockey on the overnight show, but I am anticipating that something crazy is going to happen in that game. I'm a little concerned because I think the U.S. is favored in that game, and everyone's expecting them to win the game because they're on U.S. soil, and I'm a little worried they're going to choke tonight. But I am excited about it. I'm fired up. I don't know how it can match what happened on Saturday, though, right? It's like that big, amazing event. Because that was unexpected, what happened on Saturday. Nobody expected that to happen. But now, are the fans going to boo the Canadian anthem? Right? Did the Canadians then start the fighting? Like, there's so many questions that we'll have answers for tonight. And the buildup is so crazy. I saw the ticket prices on the secondary market. It's like a Stanley Cup game in Boston. And you just like, can it? I hope it does. For my friends that love hockey, I hope it lives up to the hype. I am anticipating. I'm excited about it, and I very rarely get excited about a hockey game. For me, this is a big deal.
No, it's huge. And the conversation then becomes, how does the NHL kind of catapult and take this and grow their game? And I think they got a perfect way to grow this game. Just start running promos that say, hockey, America, fights, let's go. And I think America would be all in on growing the game of sport, growing that sport here in America.
Yeah, and it's got to annoy the old school hockey people because they've, over the years, they tried to get rid of fighting from hockey, right? The NHL, they've done everything they can to limit it, and I know it's lawyers are involved in liability and those type of things. They're worried about lawsuits, downstream liability of people getting concussions and brain injuries. But from a pure business standpoint, that is why people love what happened. It wasn't the hockey, it was the fighting, and then they got into the hockey because of the fighting, and we're at a point now where you can't have fighting and all that. I hope whoever replaces Gary Bettman in a couple of years, the next commissioner is like, maybe we should just ease up on some of those rules we put in against fighting. It's not the worst thing. They've got a business to run, and that's a big part of the business. I'm hoping for a close game. Wouldn't overtime be great? And then like some crazy weird goal to win in overtime for Team USA, that would be awesome. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm a degenerate, so I don't know anything that goes on with hockey. I just know that the United States is -1.5 and the over-under is 5.5, so I assume that's a pretty awesome outcome for the United States if that happens.
Yeah, I bet hockey. There's like 3 ways you can bet hockey, right? You can bet the money line, you can bet the goal line, or you can bet the total. I think there might actually be another way too. Yeah, I don't know. Which
like is 5.5 a lot?
I feel like the goal and a half would be the value there because these usually close 1-goal game. It's tied up. You're in pretty good shape there. So I would take the goal and a half and take Canada and hope I lose. I win the bet, but lose the Canada loses the game by a goal. That's the way I would go.
Fair point.
Thank you.
I want to bring this up as we transition from hockey to football because we're in your neck of the woods right now. Is Matthew Stafford, is he the domino that has to fall before anything starts going?
No, I don't think that it has to happen. I think that will happen soon. I feel like you're getting to the point now where the Rams, they have to make a move because if they're going to get rid of Stafford, they got to sign one of these other rejects at quarterback who are available, like Aaron Rodgers. And if they wait, then Rodgers will, who I think they want, will go somewhere else. And so, I guess in an indirect way, I'm agreeing with you. Although I think other things are going to happen as well in the next couple of weeks as that kind of gets cranked up. And I do like the Rams, as you guys know. I'm fine with Stafford leaving, though. He had a good year last year, but the Rams have been flirting with getting rid of him for 3 years. Ever since they won the Super Bowl, like right after that, they were like, well, maybe we should move on from him. And I think they're annoyed with his wife and the whole thing. And as long as McVay's there, I buy into McVay. I think they'll be fine. They'll at least be a playoff team. Whether they're a real contender or not, I don't know. But McVay knows what he's doing. He's on that line of coaches with Andy Reid and Mike Tomlin and those guys that always have good teams. So I'm fine with Stafford going somewhere else. And I think Stafford would do well with a team like the Giants for a year. He's a competent quarterback. There's a lot of teams that just need a competent quarterback. He's that guy. Although he is showing signs of slowing down. There were a couple of games late in the year where he's showing signs of being an old quarterback, which is what he is. He's an old quarterback.
Ben Maller, you mentioned Rodgers, right? And yesterday, I think it was Schefter who floated out the Rams as a potential landing spot for Aaron Rodgers. I think McVay's one of those coaches that he could respect and view as kind of on his same level, so I think that would be a good fit for Aaron Rodgers. But from a Rams fan standpoint, are you really making your team better by moving on from Matthew Stafford to get Aaron Rodgers?
Well, I think it's a lateral move because Rodgers would, I guess, work cheaper. I'm not really worried about the salary cap. I'm a salary cap truther. I think the salary cap is fake. So it doesn't really affect I don't worry about the financials. I don't pay the bills. It's not my problem. So they'll figure it out. But it's a lateral move. It's like always they have this last supper mentality, the Rams at quarterback. They're like, well, we'll figure it out. We have old quarterback. And if they bring Aaron Rodgers in for a year, they're still going to have the same problem, even if he plays well a year or two from now. But I think the Rams' identity, what they're known for now, what they think they're going to be known for is the defense. These young players on defense that started to blossom last year, and they still have Puka Nacua on offense. And so they, again, with McVay, I think they believe, they can squeeze something out. Now, whether that's delusional or not, because Aaron Rodgers looked pretty mediocre with the Jets, and it's not like they had stiffs around him with the Jets. I thought they had some players that at least were drafted, whether that's worth anything. They were drafted high. They just didn't play well with them. So I'd be okay with it. I think it'd be fun. It'd be good for talk radio purposes to see how Rodgers and McVay work together. And McVay fancies himself the quarterback whisperer. And if he can light a fire, have a career renaissance with Aaron Rodgers, that'd be a great accomplishment for him on his coaching resume.
So with around the corner, like what I think is the greatest time of sports, in the season, right? Like I know it's different spring in LA, spring and winter. We're in the middle of the armpit of winter right now. But what has Ben Maller for the people? What does Ben Maller look forward to the most in the spring?
Well, I love today. Spring training starting, at least for the Dodgers are playing later in this weekend, and I kind of get into that. The whole vibe, watching games. Where I live, the games start in the morning in the Grapefruit League, and then pretty much all afternoon. And I work at night, so when I wake up, there's like spring training baseball on. I can just settle in and watch some spring training games, and then if I want to watch a basketball game at night, which I usually do, I'll watch that, and then settle in for NFL free agency and then the draft. I mean, all those things are awesome. The rumors, that part of it's a lot of fun. More fun than the actual transactions. I always say the rumor's better than when the player actually signs the contract. And so I'm fired up for that. And yeah, the weather you guys are having though, my God, that's that you described it perfectly, Dusty, from what you've told me and what I've seen on my weather app. The armpit, that is brutal. That's where you appreciate the good weather a little bit more than we do.
Yeah, and that's why I watch spring training baseball, Dodgers and Cubs on a random Thursday afternoon, because it's -7 and I'm looking outside going, this sucks. And then you see the birds and the trees and the sun and the crack of the bat. And for me, there's nothing more therapeutic than just sitting down and watching spring training baseball.
Yeah, because it's right around the corner. And now you get robo-umps too, so you got that to look forward to. We'll see how that plays out in baseball. And the Dodgers are supposed to be a juggernaut this year. We'll see if that actually turns out to be the case. And spring training, a great time for players to get hurt before opening day. Perfect time. Weather's wonderful. And how many pitchers on your favorite team, you're a Royals fan, how many pitchers will get hurt by opening day? It happens every year.
Every year.
And sure enough, I was telling I had a buddy of mine was texting me about the Dodgers. Oh, man, they're loaded. They're going 120 games. I said, listen, half the rotation is going to be hurt by April 1st. So we'll see what they actually send out there by the time we get to May and June and all that stuff, because it's inevitable. Like, anytime I hear a coach in any sport say, if we stay healthy, no one ever stays healthy, especially not in modern times where the first sign of trouble, your motto is not rub some dirt on it. It's sit down, lay down. Let's give you a massage and a bath. I mean, it's not just play through it. It's like, we got issues. You should sit for out of an abundance of caution, for 2 weeks. That's the mantra today.
Mine is when they come to spring training and they say he's not going to be ready for opening day. We've already seen that. What have you been doing all winter that you're not going to be ready in 6 weeks from the time you arrive at spring training?
Well, my favorite, I don't know if your favorite, my favorite is Giancarlo Stanton, who showed up not with one bad elbow, 2 bad elbows. The Yankees have not played since the World Series, which I believe ended in late October, maybe early November. So November, December, January, most of February, he's got both bad elbows. And here's a guy that looks like Adonis, another one of the workout guy, and cannot stay healthy. And of course, he's in the greatest shape of his life. These baseball writers, I feel bad for them on some level, because they got to feed content every day. And so you get he's changed his diet, and then if it doesn't work, they change their diet the next year until they find something that works. But I'm convinced these baseball scribes already have those stories written by the time they get to Arizona or Florida, and they just have to fill the names in and fill in some of the numbers. But it's already written. It's like a boilerplate on how to put a spring training story out every year.
Yeah. When I watch this hockey game, and you say you used to cover hockey, you're not a hockey guy. I'm not either, but I am dialed in for this game. I'll be ready at 6 o'clock. I won't even watch the local news, which I watch every night. But how does hockey take this? And I know Bob said earlier, Fight America or Hockey America Fights. But how does hockey take advantage of this moment and move forward with it?
Well, in the marketing world, you've got to put as many billboards up and commercials on radio and TV and just wrap yourself in the flag, right? Sell that. I mean, the problem with that is you can't recreate that. Like, people love the Four Nations thing because obviously it's patriotism, and you love your country and all that. You want to see America win, and America's not known for hockey. Canada's the hockey country, and it's like beating them at their own sport. And then they booed the national anthem. You can't really recreate that, but you can certainly let people know about it. But if you're watching a random St. Louis Blues game against the Blackhawks, you're not going to get the same vibe because it's a unique situation. But you hope a certain percentage of people end up falling for the sport that maybe weren't watching it, they used to watch it. Like I used to watch it because I got paid to watch it, and I still I like going to hockey games. I just don't, watching it on TV doesn't really do anything for me. And from talk radio purposes, as I like to say, we do broadcasting, not narrowcasting, so it's a little problem nationally to talk about it. So those are some of the issues I have. But yeah, you got to spend the money and hope there's a little bit of carryover, at least for a little while, that people that watch this are like, hey, I want to watch these guys, at least the guys that were stars in this thing tonight. And so we'll see how it goes. But it'll be fun to watch tonight. That's what we're looking for.
No doubt. Ben, we appreciate the time. Enjoy the game, and we will talk to you again next week when it's a little bit warmer.
A little warmer. All right. Thank you, guys.
A little warmer.
A little bit warmer.
You don't know what he's talking about. It's 80 degrees. It's cold in L.A.
Oh, he's in warm, sunny, fire-ridden L.A. If you get the fires and the earthquakes or the cold, I'll take this weather every day of the week as opposed to that.
It's over.
Yeah, it's over after today, of course. Ben, brought to you by the good folks over at the Landing in Liberty.
Mm-hmm. Somebody brought up a point on the text line, which I think is, again, because we could talk hockey all day, and I think Bob would be okay with this if Dad's all right with it. But somebody in the text line from the 816 says, the hockey hype seems forced. Many people I know that never watched the NHL all of a sudden are fans now. So I responded. I said, well, that's because it's the United States, not a city team. And he goes, I feel that, and Go States, though, but personally have no desire. And I'm the same way. I will not, tomorrow night, I will not watch a hockey. I know there's not probably one, but I won't watch a hockey game moving forward. Now, I know you will, but again,
I'm not going to be I'm not setting my appointment for it.
Yeah.
I'll sit down if a game's on. I'll flip the game on. I'll watch a little of the game and see what happens.
But tonight, I will be locked the F in.
Yeah, it's like soccer. Nobody's a soccer fan, but when the United States plays in the World Cup,
night.
I mean, there's some are sicker than others department, right? It's the same thing as the soccer. I'm not a soccer fan at all. If the sport didn't exist, okay, my daughter would be upset, but I'd be fine. Not that big a deal. But the United States is playing. That's what this is about. It's about your country. It's about everybody uniting and watching, our guys go against their guys for international bragging rights. And so, yeah, you may not be a hockey fan. Most people watching the game tonight won't be hockey fans, but they're a fan of sport. Mm-hmm. They're a fan of an event. They're a fan of a big moment. They're either a fan of America or Canada, depending on, where you're located at this point in time. So I just think like this is one of those moments where you're right. You don't have to be a fan. I'm not a basketball fan. I don't like the sport. USA basketball against France in the Olympics. You're damn right I'm watching that game.
You won't watch golf. Neither will Mac the entire year, but I will 100% bet my life that you're watching Sunday the Masters.
If there's something compelling,
there will be. There always is.
Yeah, I'll watch.
There's
always
every
April.
Yeah.
Every April.
I mean,
there will be a story Sunday where it'll either be Rory's going for his first green jacket, or there's a 3-way tie at the lead. There will always be something. That's the way it is.
Yeah,
that's just the way. Unless it's 1999 and Tiger 97, and Tiger's winning by. He's got shooting at 17 under. The next closest guy's at 8.
But you're still watching that because it's as compelling as hell, and it's an event, and everybody's paying attention.
And it was historic.
Again, that's why I continue to go back, and it seems like it's the theme today. Reduce the amount of games, because when you have big events, people show up for these things. People want to be part of
the NFL.
The big right. Well, the NFL once a week.
Yeah, you have 1 in 8 chances to go see a game at home.
Right. That's
or
it.
You travel.
And people go. I mean, you talk about the celebrities that'll be there tonight. You look at the celebrities at every NFL game now. It's not just here in Kansas City. It's everywhere. People want to be a part of, those moments that are the where were you moments. You remember where you were for certain major events. I don't know if tonight's going to be one of those. It may be one of those, but I'll tell you what, you don't want to be the guy at work that missed this game tonight because you're like, I'm not a hockey fan. Meanwhile, Betty in accounting is watching the game, and, Chet, in sales is watching the game, and Bill in whatever department is watching the game, and everybody's talking about it. You're like, I'm not a hockey fan, so I'm not watching. Yeah, but you're missing a cultural event in America tonight. That's what this is about.
Bill Brooks will be watching.
He was on KMBZ yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, Clayton texted me. He goes, Brooks is on KMBZ doing traffic today. I'm like, perfect.
Brady Tkachuk goes and scores on the outside. There's a skate on the ice.
I'm Bill Brooks.
It's like the Olympics. I don't give a rip about javelin, but every 4 years, I'm locked in.
Curling is the prime example of this.
Yes,
everybody watches curling.
I would say that and swimming.
Swimming is another one.
So
Yeah, swimming's another. Track and field for me has become one of my favorite sports now to watch. The sprints, I should say, the 100-meter dash. I mean, I love watching my kids do it. Right at the middle school and watching the middle school kids do it. I'm like, my God, you can see some of these kids that are going to be really good athletes. It's such a great sport to watch. But I'm not tuning in on a Tuesday for track and field events or anything like that. But if it's a cultural event, if it's bigger than sports, which this is tonight, bigger than sports, that's when people pay attention.
Yeah. Actually, there's about 1 in 10 or 11 chances you'll see the Chiefs at home. LOL. Good text there. 620. Do you think? So I'm interested to know this. Boston, very proud of their city.
Oh God, yes.
Rowdy people.
Yeah.
Sometimes not for the best.
Right.
They're 100% booing the Canadians when they come out.
Well, I don't know.
Not the anthem.
Right.
But they might.
The players, they should boo the players. Yeah,
right.
The anthem, I'm not a huge fan of booing the anthem. Like, that's just not my thing, right? You may not like this country or that country. Like, Canada booing our anthem over the last week was kind of low rent. I'll be honest with you. It's very disrespectful because they show the players and the coaches and you hear all these boos and these guys are playing for their country. You know, you're booing the anthem of their country. And we didn't do that the other night. I know Binkley was very disappointed about the fact that, the Americans didn't boo the Canadian anthem when they were playing Finland or Sweden or whoever it was, in that game. I hope we boo the play. Yeah, booing the players I have no issue with at all. I mean, that's sports, right? But booing the anthem, like, don't do that tonight if you're in Boston because it didn't have a good look when the Canadians did it to the United States anthem.
Do listeners fall in the category of the Fesco thanks for listening?
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe you guys haven't used the Olympics with swimming, gymnastics, or any other sport. We're not fans, but we watch to cheer on our country.
No, they may be on the app, and we just we just talked about that.
I literally use swimming as an analogy.
Yeah, no, I will give them that benefit of the doubt. There is a 14-second delay now on the FM and then the app and the buffering. Like, I'll give you a pass on that. I'll give you a pass on that if you correct yourself. Go, I just heard it. My bad. Sorry. But curling is the same way. They got a curling place up in North Kansas City. We went a few years ago and curled. And you think that sport's easy, and then you get out there on the ice and you're like, oh my God, this is the hardest thing to do in the world.
Really? You're like, all I got to do is throw this football, these bowling pins, and then you're like,
exactly.
My arm hurts.
Your arm hurts. Yeah. I mean,
harder than I thought.
It's a lot harder, right? It's fun. It's
you got to throw it
harder.
underhand.
You got to throw it underhand. Exactly. Snap it between your legs. Knock all those pins down, right?
From the 913, guys, I love the show, but I have to ask, what is the deal looking like for you guys to promote hockey? Haha. I mean, it's the United States versus Canada, man. Like,
it's
sorry,
on you on this one, man.
Yeah, like I look. If somebody wanted to endorse me for this, I would absolutely be like, you know what, hockey's the greatest sport in the world. These guys are super talented. Can you ice skate, hit a hockey puck, and score, and have a hot chick as your wife? Good luck. But no, I don't know. I mean, look, this is just what it is. Like when the Ryder Cup happens, like, I'm sorry, it'll be a talking point. And then someone says from 816, Canadian national anthem, Boston. Oh, yeah, they're getting booed.
Yeah, but they didn't the other night, though.
But it wasn't in Boston, was it?
Yes, it was.
Oh, it's all in Boston.
Yeah.
Okay. But this is like the big one,
Yeah,
right?
this is the big one. I mean, I'm sure there will be boos. I'm just not a fan of that. I just let the anthem play.
No, I'm with you. Just, what is it? Like silence is a virtue?
Yeah. Like I think you send more of a message if you don't acknowledge somebody than if you boo somebody, right?
Yeah, like to me, like obviously like Dennis Gates didn't want to get fined, but like to me, it's almost more disrespectful to not storm the court when you upset a team.
Yeah,
like it's like, oh, they didn't storm.
Yeah,
Whoa.
right? Yeah,
wow, it's
right.
like, well, we expected to win.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like that. That's a move right there. Same type of thing. Like if you don't boo the anthem and you're just silent. I think that sends a bigger message because everybody's in Canada. Oh, they're going to boo our anthem. And if you don't even acknowledge their anthem, that sends like, you're not that as important as we are. And then cheer through the U.S. anthem and sing it and make that arena come alive and everybody's singing Home of the Brave at the end.
And then once everything's
magical.
done, just start a USA chant that
lists
the roof off.
I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that right now. Like, damn,
America!
That's
F yeah.
I mean, but that's what this is about. That's what this night's about. So you can sit there and complain about hockey talk. Well, then you don't have a pulse on what America is talking about today.
I bet the girls at Olive Bloom are closing early to go watch this hockey in great floral place. But yeah, so text line, we need you to stay here. 3 minutes, 35 seconds. Coming back, we have a smasher passing, and we need your advice and we need your help on what it is. I'll tell you what it is on the other side. Mac, Bob, Dusty, it's 96.5 The Fan. You're home. for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty. Make sure to follow us on Instagram @TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes content from the show. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5. The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're looking for that new Olympic sport, foaling could be the next sport to be put into the Olympics because that's how much fun it is. It is sweeping the nation right now. All over the country, people are foaling around and finding out what a great activity it is. And today may be that final snow day for the kiddos. You're looking for something to do. The roads are fine. Get out of the house today and take them all foaling because foaling is perfect for everyone. They have a world-class bar, great cocktails, an amazing beer selection for the parents, and they've got a great activity for the kids to burn off some of that energy that's been stored up over the last couple of days. It's football plus bowling plus bar, and that's Foaling Warehouse, Kansas City. 435 and State Line is where they're located, and like I said, it's perfect for everybody. You got kids that need a day out, take them foaling. You want to do a cool date night, go foaling. Guys' night out, birthday party, company event, foaling has got you covered, and they allow you to bring your own food as well. You can cater your own events at Foaling, and now on Monday nights, they've got Bar League Jeopardy at Foaling. The only place in Kansas City where you can play Jeopardy Bar League is at Foaling every Monday night at 7 o'clock. Prizes for first and second place, and a lot of companies right now are coming in for happy hours and team building events around Bar Jeopardy. So get your reservations in now at foalingkc.com. That's foalingkc.com and get your foal on.
Hey, KC, when I discovered my new passion, I dove into social media, got on some shows, and soon almost Andy Reid was bored. But this winter, there's something new you might discover that's not as great. Issues with your garage door. Don't get stuck in the cold. Get your annual maintenance check for just $100 or a free replacement quote from my friends at Renner Garage Door. They carry top brands like Delden, Amar, and LiftMaster, trusted locally since 1956.
RENNER, RENNER.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and I want to talk to you about GiveMeTheVin.com because they want to buy your car, whether it's your daily driver, pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. Give Me the VIN is also the best place to sell your classic or collectible. Whether it's one car or a collection, they want your muscle car, hot rod, or your old square body pickup, and they love buying resto mods. Go to GMTVCC.com to sell your classics or collectible car or truck, and forget about those tire kickers on social media. Say goodbye to dealing with the dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes that is always well above any dealer quote and is guaranteed to beat your written CarMax offer, or they'll send you a check for $100. You can go to one of our office locations or they'll come to you. It's easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer, and it's so easy, you can do it in your underwear. Just listen to the jingle.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Casey's has 8 new coffee roasts that have been described as having rich aromatics that entice any palate. But, we're not sure what that means, so we just call it darn good coffee. It's not crazy. It's Casey's. Now get a small hot coffee for 99 cents. See Casey's for details.
Hey, it's Cody and Gold once again, telling you about our friends over at Centric, and we've all been dealing with this brutal weather in Kansas City. Maybe you work outside, and look, you've just had enough. Well, you can start a brand new career with our friends over at Centric, because they allow you to advance your career on your time with their flexible schedules.
You choose your curriculum, go with that new career path, and stop worrying about what the weather will do for you. Call our guy, Russ Mondry. He's been with Centric for 16 years and will be with you to guide you every step of the way. Go to Centric.com now.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
As of 9 a.m. this morning, our EV trucking company is officially in operation.
Andrew's zero-emission trucks are driving the transportation category forward.
We'll make driving safer, easier, and less stressful. Now our technology needs to keep up with demand.
He needs to put pedal to the metal on hiring more software engineers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the A to Z savings event at AutoZone.
Yeah, happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with the rotors.
Free. Really?
Really, free.
Okay, I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah, how much is that?
Free with 5 quarts of oil.
Free? Really?
Really, free. It's part of the A to Z savings event.
You might as well call it A to free.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Starting on the Kansas side, 69 highway northbound, pretty heavy around 135th Street. It picks up and moves better by the time you get up to the split with Blue Valley Parkway. K10 eastbound, a bit sluggish from Woodland out towards Ridgeview. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
All right. So my mind went berserk yesterday when I saw this picture that we're doing for Smash or Pass. Smash.
Smash.
Ice cream nachos. Seems brilliant.
Yeah, it really did.
I mean,
how do we not think about this ahead of time, right? Like,
you got to eat them quick, I would assume, because obviously the creme will melt. But it had, so think of your nacho tray, right? Where the cheese is, they had caramel sauce.
Caramel sauce,
Where
yep.
the chips are, they had waffle cone chips.
Little waffle cone chips, yeah.
And then they had another compartment added where they put like soft serve ice cream. Smash, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, of course. I mean, it was like the perfect dessert, right? You had about 6 of these waffle cone chips. Mm-hmm. You can dip it in the ice cream, dip it in the caramel. I'd get hot fudge or maybe peanut butter sauce at the times that they have. And do that instead of the caramel if you could choose, but if you couldn't, caramel's fine as well. And then you eat them like ice cream nachos. I'm like, that is a brilliant idea, and it was also a brilliant idea that they weren't put together for you because Kling doesn't like nachos. We had that conversation, right?
I've known that. Yeah.
And so he complained about the sogginess or whatever of the chip. But
That's the best one.
I know, I agree. But if you put the ice cream, not like I think it was Curb or Larry's like, did you tell her to stop taking all the stuff off the nachos? Or what was it Curb that I was watching?
No, you're probably watching. I think you should leave. He's like, can you tell her to stop eating all the nachos with the stuff on it?
Yeah, the stuff on it. Yeah, and the waiter came over. Was that?
Did you just? It's Tim Robinson skit from I Think You Should Leave.
Okay, is that what it was from? Mm-hmm. Okay, and so like the ice cream ones, if you assemble ahead of time, it's going to be a disaster, right?
What are you talking about? That's what he says to you. You just literally told that guy something. He came over here and then he said something. I'm taking all the stuff off the nachos.
Yeah.
I don't even know him.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It's great.
But like you couldn't do a pre-assembled ice cream nacho. You have to do it individually, and it looked like the perfect dessert.
It's a deconstructive ice cream.
Yeah, like the ballpark should really do those this year.
Honestly, like it seems great because I feel like what's the rotation? You take the waffle chip, dip it in the caramel, then scoop the ice cream, or do you go the ice cream then the caramel?
I would go ice cream then caramel. That's the way I would go.
No, I think the ice cream's got to be last.
So it sticks to the the caramel?
Yes.
See, I'm thinking about getting the caramel to the ice cream.
I don't know what it is, but I just want to punch people that say caramel.
Was that what I said?
No.
Okay.
I came over
I think it's caramel, caramel. Like
I say caramel, I think.
Like pecan, I want to punch somebody. It's pecan.
Pecan.
Do you ever get people that come to you, they're like, yeah, it's, do you have any tomatoes or tomato? Can I have some tomatoes with my salad? Like
nobody says tomatoes.
Just like nobody should say, like, do you have any caramel for the ice cream? I'd be like, get out.
Leave.
Leave.
But like you couldn't do a pre-assembled ice cream nacho. You have to do it individually, and it looked like the perfect dessert, right?
Just like nobody should say, like, do you have any caramel for the ice cream? I'd be like, get out. I mean, somebody says if anyone passes, they should be blocked from the text line. Yeah, I'm saying I don't know, man. The question I have for the text line 913-586-7965. If we've gone this much time in humanity without thinking of ice cream nachos, is there another form of? Because I literally could not think of it.
I thought there's one.
Okay,
there's
I'm
only
interested.
one that I could truly think of.
Yeah,
and believe me, I thought a lot about this.
Okay,
sushi. You take those little rice cake crackers with the sushi, and then you have the soy sauce and wasabi as your dip. You put the sushi on the rice cracker, dip it in the soy sauce and wasabi, and eat it.
I'm in.
Or you could do almost like sheet pan sushi nachos because you have to have the meat. Like, where was your
the meat's where the ice cream was?
Okay,
yeah. Whether you want whatever you want, I know some people like rolls. I like just the raw fish, and I don't even eat the rice. I just take the raw fish, dip it in the sushi, and what do they call it? Sashimi or
sashimi?
Yeah. So that's what I like. So I would take the like little rice cake crackers, like those cone ones. Whatever fish I want, and then soy sauce and wasabi mixed in where the caramel is, and go with that. I couldn't really think of anything else from a deconstructed nacho standpoint.
Like I was thinking of that. I was like, what else would be like a good in nacho form?
You couldn't really do anything like breakfast-wise unless you did like mini pancake sausage and syrup, but that's the mini pancake sausage and syrup. Or bacon or, whatever,
I mean, I guess you could do because breakfast you have the French toast sticks. Like that used to make my toes curl at age 7.
Oh yeah, the Great Starts breakfast.
We go to
Burger King French toast sticks.
Oh,
Holy crap.
You talk about a 6-year-old that felt something downstairs.
Oh my God,
you got a French toast stick.
Do they still have the French toast sticks at Burger King? Oh, they were just.
I don't know if they're the same, but you got the little ramekin of syrup.
Oh,
French toast.
Hot.
Oh, it was great.
And it was just fried bread, is what it was.
But it was
God,
good.
they were so good.
There's something about it.
Those French toast sticks at Burger King back in the day. It was like the pan pizza back in the day too.
Yeah, we used to have what was it? In middle school and elementary school, we'd have breakfast day, and they gave you a triangle hash brown. They gave you French toast sticks, something they called eggs, and then there was
powdered eggs are the worst.
I don't know what it was, made in a carton.
Yeah.
It was weird, man. It was
they turn blue halfway through the day because they've been sitting there. Yeah, mass-produced eggs is very low on my list of.
I guess somebody said you could do a mini pizza.
You could,
nachos.
Yeah,
that
you
makes
could.
Sense. Do little
pizza
crust
dough,
rounds.
Yeah, a little that
marinara cheese, and then whatever meat.
Yeah, have your toppings. Yeah, you could do that.
Somebody says
French toast had never crossed my mind. There'd be no strips of bacon on the side, no eggs of any kind. If it wasn't for breakfast. If it wasn't for breakfast.
Preach.
Now I want to go to Burger King and get some
I
French
do
toast.
too. I'm not going to lie.
They're so good, but I don't know where Burger King is.
There's one out by me at 135th
Is there
and
one
Quivira.
over here? Isn't there a Burger King right over here on Johnson or?
There used to be. I don't know if there is anymore.
Yeah.
There used to be one at by Oak Park Mall. I think that's been turned into a Popeyes.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't.
Yeah, Popeyes burnt down over here. It's gone.
Over here on Johnson Drive, it did?
A while ago. Corned beef hash is the nachos for breakfast.
I mean, I understand that, but you're not.
That's more of like a skillet.
You're using a fork with that,
As I've gotten older, I've realized that skillets are the way to go for breakfast.
It's everything in one. Yeah, it's easy.
It's easy. Because I used to just get the breakfast meal where you get egg or two, a sausage or bacon, hash browns, and then you can get a gravy on a biscuit, and then I would just end up meshing it all together like a slop lord. And then I was like, I could just get a skillet where everything's
together,
perfectly laid
for you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another Burger King off the top of my head. Not that I'm.
Somebody says there's one
Burger
just
Kings, but
5 blocks south of us on Metcalf. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there is right down here.
Hello.
Yeah, right there by Duncan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right across from CVS and all that.
Yeah, but Burger King isn't one of those places you seek out. It seems like a place you end up.
Yeah.
True.
When's the last time you had a Whopper?
Well, I know when my
Years.
wife turned 49, I told you I took her to Burger
That's
King.
right.
My queen
Gave her
of
the
Burger
crown.
King,
Yeah.
gave her a crown and everything. She enjoyed that. We had the Whopper Jr. It was delightful.
Somebody says Wendy's has the French toast sticks, and they're phenomenal.
Are they really? Are they better than the old school Burger King
What's
ones?
Dave cooking over there? Because Dave's Double's been on my mind for a while now.
Dude, their commercials, they have this triple bacon cheeseburger now that I've seen
the son of a
advertised.
Baconator.
The son of a Baconator. Yeah, I'm like, that
Hell
thing
yeah,
looks
dude.
good, man.
I went to Wendy's yesterday. It was great.
of a Baconator.
I mean, that you went to where?
Wendy's.
Yesterday?
$5 biggie bag.
$5 footlong?
$5
He's
biggie
a
bag.
growing boy.
He is a growing. Did you put your sour cream on that?
Biggie bag, extra junior bacon cheeseburger, under $10.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, all the fast food places now are coming back in price. It's funny, right?
Yeah, you got the $5, $7, and $9 deluxe box at Taco
When's
Bell.
the $5 footlong coming back to Subway?
Oh.
The best Subway in the world was that place across the street from the stadium. Vern knows about that Subway. We can talk.
Yeah, we'll talk to Vern here on
What
the other
that was
side.
like walking into that Subway.
What are they bringing the 5 for $5 back at Arby's?
That was an
simply-
appetizer in college.
It's simply too good. There's your second. I think you should leave reference text line. Come on now, listen to the show. It's in one of our bits. When we
Gotta
do
figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
That's right. You're driving with the Travel Crooner, baby. Coming up on the other side, our guy, Josh Vernier, live in Arizona here on 96.5 The Fan. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Smash. Fesco and Dusty. Subscribe and watch the show on YouTube by going to our channel at The Fan 965, Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Foaling are going to have the best day for you planned today because I know parents have had it with the snow days. They're looking for something fun to do. They want to get out of the house. Take your kids Foaling, and Foaling is perfect for the adults as much as it is for the kids. In fact, Foaling is perfect for everybody. It's great for the kids because they get to throw the football at the bowling pins and knock them all down and burn off all that energy that they've been storing up over the last couple of days. And it's great for the parents as well because they got a bar, and it is a fantastic bar. Great cocktails, amazing beer selection, mystery beer machine. I mean, they got you covered over there at Foaling. So take the kids Foaling this afternoon, and you can have fun as well because Foaling is football plus bowling plus bar, and that's Foaling Warehouse, Kansas City. It's perfect for kids. It's perfect for adults. It's perfect for a date night. It's perfect for an office party. It's perfect for a Christmas party, a birthday party. It doesn't matter. Foaling's perfect for everyone, and you can cater your own event at Foaling too. Bring in your own food from anywhere, and Foaling has got you covered. So check them out and reserve that lane at FoalingKC.com. That's FoalingKC.com, and get your Foal on.
Advent Health welcomes the KC Golf Show February 21st through 23rd at the Overland Park Convention Center. Get a dozen front door perks while they last. Enter our indoor golf championship. Enjoy the PXG Zone, Saturday women's event, and get fitted with Golf MD at the Golf Show February 21st through 23rd at the OP Convention Center. Thanks to The Puttery, Great Life Golf, Olathe Ford, Extreme Green, Tito's Vodka, Birdie's Indoor Golf, Topo Chico Hard Seltzer, Imperial Golf, and Barry's Golf and Groove. VIP tickets at KansasCityGolfShow.com.
I'm excited about it. You know, these cutting edge things that are new in medicine now, I'm all in on it. I'm all in on QC Kinetics. It works.
Henry Hinton decided to check out QC Kinetics regenerative treatments for his aching knees after seeing a close friend have amazing results without going under the knife.
I have a friend that started this, which is one of the reasons that I decided to do it. He could not play golf anymore, and he went to QC Kinetics and started having the treatments, and he's back golfing like 3 days a week. He couldn't play at all.
QC Kinetics gets you back to doing what you love, using your own natural biologics to help heal and restore damaged joints. Long-term relief that puts a guy back on the golf course.
You know, I've had one treatment so far, and I can already tell a difference. QC Kinetics works. I'm excited about it.
You're next. Start with a call to QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
We were the Humane Society of the United States. 70 years of fighting for animals. Today, we are called Humane World for Animals, a name that reflects our unstoppable commitment to end animal cruelty globally. Humane World for Animals, the end of animal cruelty.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-359-3434. 800-359-3434.
At Diamonds Direct, our experts go the extra mile to ensure you have the tools to say I do with absolute confidence. Our promise to you is a completely risk-free shopping experience rooted in transparency, education, and integrity. No pressure, no intimidation, just clarity and confidence in your purchase. But we're about more than just price. Everything is backed by our exclusive guarantees. Put our tools to the test against any competitor, and our expert staff will ensure you get the very best overall value and unforgettable experience. Learn more at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Chiefs coverage brought to you by Metal by the Foot, your metal project superstore.
Whether you're a DIY enthusiast, a contractor, or business owner, Metal by the Foot has the perfect solution for you. Located in KC and Topeka, online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Metro Ford, online at kcmetroford.com. Missouri side, 435 southbound. It gets heavy, around 210. Stay slow across the river. Metro Ford off Nolan Road in Independence. It's your Ford F-150 headquarters. Right now, get over $13,000 in savings off select new XLT Ford F-150s. When's the last time you saw deals like that? These trucks are moving fast. So hurry to Metro Ford, online at kcmetroford.com. See dealer for details. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Go check out 96.5 The Fan's Instagram page for videos, giveaways, and behind-the-scenes content. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2. Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
We're where you want to be.
I knew this was going to play.
Baseball with the Royals. If you want to be having a great time. You want to be loving the fun. You want to see all of the excitement. This is the place and we're the one. If you want to be yelling like crazy for the guys you love to see, come on out and join us. This is the place you want to be. We're where you want to be. Baseball with the Royals. We're where you want to be. Baseball with the Royals. If you want to see the best of the big leagues, you want to be loving the day. Come share the excitement of the stolen bases and double plays. This is where it happens. Come on and see. For the very best in baseball, this is the place you want to be. We're where you want to be.
Hard here.
Baseball with the Royals.
That's where you want to be, because Josh Verner's with you all day. I'm sure he's going to be on our show, Cody and Gold show. He's going to have his own show tonight, live in Arizona, in spring training, or at spring training. Vern's Hot Stove, 6 p.m. tonight. Vern, I have missed you, my man. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I would like to know, what year that song came out.
80.
If there's any way, 80.
Yes.
Okay. I'm wondering if there's any way to get that group back together for, an in-studio
We'll have to get Kurt. We'll have
you want to be.
We'll ask Kurt Nelson, who came up with that song, because obviously he probably has them on speed dial. And then we can, get them into the building. Or it could have just been like from 1980. Like I always envision, Vern, and you're probably older and can rationalize this with me as well. There's probably about like 3 people standing around a microphone just singing jingles, and that was like number 7 for the day. And then they went on to like the Might All jingle or whatever came after that.
I mean, next to what we do, that's kind of a dream job to be a jingle writer, singer.
Yeah.
That would be ideal. It could also have been Kurt Nelson doing a Cody tap and just layering his own voice.
Could be.
Maybe Kurt has some pipes that we don't know about.
Yeah, he might, so you never know. Yeah. I would like to find that group, though. It would be fun.
All right, Vern, do me a favor. Jack Caglianone's going to be on the opening day roster, isn't he?
I wouldn't think so, Dusty.
No, I know. He's not. Dang it.
If he is, then something, I would imagine something catastrophic happened out here in Arizona as far as an injury. But, it begins with a guy like Cags. All right, where does he play defensively? Well, right now he's a first baseman and a designated hitter. When you look at the big league club, first base is Vinny and Salvi. DH is, could be a Jonathan India at times, Vinny, Salvi, Freddie Fermin. Listen, and, as you guys touched on earlier in the week, this is a team that you can easily make the case is the best squad in the American League Central. I don't need to tell Cags your first game is going to be in the midst of a division race. Yes, game 1 of the season, game 50 of the season. We need you to be a key cog in a playoff team. I don't see the need to do that just yet, but injuries and poor performance could elicit that need, and who knows what Cags does down in the minor leagues. Now, would I expect him to be on the opening day roster next season? Would I be shocked if he debuted this year? No. But there's just no need to fast-track him right now for a squad that should fear nobody in the division.
Yeah, Vern, I was talking to somebody in the organization yesterday, and they said, as you did, no on the opening day roster, unless catastrophic things happen, you don't want him on the opening day roster. But they also said, we're not opposed to bringing him up, middle of the season if he's hitting well and doing all that kind of stuff, which was refreshing for me to hear that from someone in the organization, whereas we know in the past maybe they weren't going to bring up players because they didn't want to get the clock ticking on them.
And Bob, you know this as well as anybody, just how different this franchise is under John Sherman than it was under the Glass family. That's no knock on the Glass family. That's praise for John Sherman. I brought this up to JJ out at the Royals rally a few weeks ago. It's my opinion, and well, Bob, Dusty, you guys have been here basically your whole life. This is the first time. JJ, John Sherman, this combination, it's the first time we've seen the Royals win the offseason, right? Back-to-back years. They've won the offseason. When you compare them to the rest of the American League Central, back-to-back years of having the best offseason in the division, I don't think that's happened since Ewing Kauffman was the owner of this team. And, again, that's not a knock on Glass. That's just John Sherman deserves to be talked about.
Yep.
Okay, he doesn't have the hardware that a Ewing Kauffman does, but his love of the city, his love of baseball, and his competitiveness, I think you can liken to Mr. K.
Oh, no question. And I've said it, I think probably this week, Vern, like for the first time since Ewing Kauffman was the owner, you feel good about where ownership is. And I talked to somebody again the other day in the organization. I said, it's really refreshing to have John in place where he's allowing you guys to go out and spend money and make the roster better and giving you that ability to go do that. Like, you think back to all those years with Dayton, and everybody wants to say, well, Dayton didn't do this, Dayton didn't do that. Dayton wasn't allowed to do a lot of things. Let's just call it what it was. And JJ's getting the ability to have an owner that's allowing him to go out there and put a great product on the field, and that wasn't the case with the Glass family.
No, the great moves that Dayton made, he often and the team often had to part with a little bit more prospect-wise or, eat a little bit more money. Or they were always fighting with one hand tied behind their back, and it appears over the first really 5 years, consistently right out of the gate, Mr. Sherman spent some money on free agency. It was ill-advised where that money ultimately went, but he has untethered this front office and allowed them to compete with the big boys in the American League. Or maybe let me put it a different way, because they're not competing with the Dodgers and the Mets and the Yankees, but they can at least be a true professional baseball team. They're not the Rays and the Pirates and embarrassing aspects of this sport that kind of ruin the competitive balance that we see in other sports.
Vern, I want to bring this up because I used a comparison with Brett Veach and J.J. Piccolo, which I know, pump the brakes a little bit because J.J.'s yet to get his title or titles, but he addressed a problem that was an issue last year for the Royals this offseason. Everybody was like, where's the bat at? When are we going to get that bat? When are we going to get the leadoff hitter? Obviously, I think right now the thing is that Indy is going to be the leadoff hitter, but the bullpen struggled. And not just the bullpen, but like the end of it, where like it needed to be important early on in the season. Will Smith blows a couple saves, goes to the office of the manager and says, hey, it ain't me, man. Somebody else got to do it. Throughout the season. What did they do in the offseason? They went and got key free agents to patch up the end of that bullpen. Gotta love that move going into this season and maybe what you think could be a 7-8-9 rotation.
Well, they certainly have improved the bullpen. It could be a top 5 bullpen in the American League, but I will say I think that's the only facet of the team that has clearly improved. defensively, offensively, and on the mound as far as starting pitching. I can make a case, but I can't vehemently defend the fact that this team has improved in the rotation offensively or defensively. They could be the same as they were last year, and in some aspects, that would be perfectly fine if you get the same performance from your rotation. But I can't say that they've improved. Now, when you lose a guy like Brady Singer, you're losing 170 innings. Where are those frames coming from? Where are those quality frames, league average frames coming from? Well, you hope Michael Lorenzen can, eat up 100 maybe. But then you look to that bullpen and all of the return of a Hunter Harvey, the full season of a Sam Long, the acquisition of a Carlos Estevez. Last season on the postgame show, and I mentioned this to Q, we didn't have much debate on the postgame show about Q's decisions third time through the lineup, especially during the regular season, where, of course, you're going to let Reagans and Waka and Singer and Lugo go back out there and face the opposition's lineup for a third time. Now when you have Urseg and Estevez and Harvey, and you have, again, maybe a top 5 bullpen in the American League, I think we're going to have a little bit more debate. Lugo's great. Reagans is even better. Waka's as professional as they come, but all three of them logged as many innings as they have in their career, or in Waka's case, the most innings he's put up since 2017. That's going to have some sort of carryover effect into this season. So in that 6th, 7th inning, when Lugo's on the hill at 101 pitches, instead of it being a no-brainer to let him continue to throw, you're going to the bullpen. And as far as how they stack up, Estevez is the highest paid, so you think he's going to get the first crack at the 9th inning. Lucas Urseg's going to be your fireman. He's going to face the middle of the lineup, whether that's the 7th inning, the 8th inning. And of course, he's going to get opportunities to close as well. And then whoever's pitching well at that time. It could be Zerpa. It could be Sam Long, Hunter Harvey. There's John Schreiber. There's plenty of options out there. I think that will be your H, the Herrera, the HDH aspect. But it's never going to be he's all the time in the 7th. We always see this guy in the 8th, and we always see this guy in the 9th. Those days have passed, and and you don't have HDH exactly. But Q's going to ride leverage just like he did last season.
So how do you feel about that, Vern? As a guy who's been around the game forever and a day, we get so used to the way things are, and then things change, and a lot of people have a tough time adjusting. Just listening to you kind of go through that bullpen, I love that. I think it's great, man. Like, I kind of like the way you're going to put your best versus their best. That's kind of the way it should be. What is your feeling on that, and kind of like the baseball purist feeling on that?
Yeah, listen, I think the reason why it was always so regimented was because you wanted your closer to pick up the saves, because that's how, let me put it this way, relievers wanted the save because that's how they get paid. That was the statistic that a lot of front offices were looking at as to determine who's the best reliever, who's getting the ball in the 9th inning. Well, we've now advanced, we've evolved, and we understand that, giving Holland the ball in the 9th inning to face the 7, 8, 9 hitters for a bad team maybe isn't always the best decision when you're facing their only 3 quality hitters in the 8th inning. That's the opportunity to go to your big-name closer, your big-arm strikeout reliever. Baseball purists, I think they're even coming around because, again, it's all centered around the statistic of the save. And while, yes, I'll acknowledge, because I've heard from enough pitchers and hitters, that things are different in the 9th inning, that you are getting the most focus from every single batter in that 9th inning. No doubt about it. You can't just throw any schlub out there to face the 7, 8, 9 hitters of a bad team to pick up that save. But thankfully, the Royals have more than one option, right? They have 3, 4, hopefully 5 quality options. So when that's a possibility, when that's available for a guy like Matt Quatrero, he's going to pull the trigger, and I think the fans are starting to come around on that as well. The things that the purists are still maybe a little bit too focused on are, I still think batting average is not talked about too much, but that's the first thing that we go to when there are some other numbers that maybe tell a better story. But the save, I do think that the save is starting to go the way of the RBI, where we respect it, we understand what it says, and it does reflect of a quality player, but it's not the be-all, end-all that it was 20 years ago.
Vern, last three really quick. One, have you figured out what your saying for this team is? I know every year it changes.
I have not.
Okay, so we got a while. Two, are you jacked up for this hockey game tonight?
Yes, although I think I'm on the radio at the same, like when it starts. So,
it starts at 7, yeah.
I'm not interested in the first period.
Okay.
Well, by the time they get through everything, it's 6:20 by the time the puck drops. So,
And then third and final, Hot Stove live in Arizona tonight. What's coming up on the show tonight at 6 p.m. on 96.5 The Fan Central Time?
Well, we're going to start starting off Annie Rogers from MLB.com. She's been out here for more than a week and a half. She's going to get us caught up on what we may have missed. And then a cavalcade of your favorite Royals swinging by this Thursday night and every Thursday night from 6 until 7 o'clock. Had a chance to talk with quite a few guys yesterday in that clubhouse, including Freddie Fermin, who, if there's one submission for the best shape of his life, Freddie Fermin looks as strong as ever and has that positive attitude that he learned from Salvi decades ago. I can't wait to see what Freddie has in store for us.
I'm excited about him too, Vern. I really like him as a player. Anybody pulling rubber bands on a fence yet?
No, but I did put my right foot up on the fence and kind of leaned in.
Ooh.
You know that move.
Get a little stretch going on. I can feel it pulling in my hammy. Vern? You're lucky Andy Reid wasn't there. You got yelled at for leaning against the fence.
Yeah, well, this is baseball.
A lot of leaning.
That's right.
That's right.
Encouraged.
Vern, love you, brother. Enjoy talking to you again. Enjoy the weather in Arizona. We'll stay here at negative 10 degrees. It's not the wind chill that's degrees, but it's the hot stove tonight that's 100 degrees because you're back.
It's a mindset.
It is a mindset.
It is. That's right. Well, take care, Vern, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Josh Verner, our Royals insider here on 96.5 The Fan.
May have some breaking news on ice cream nachos and where they're sold in Kansas City.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan. You're home for ice cream nachos.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty.
I just want to say how awesome it is to have Bob Fesco and Legend Likens on every morning to start my day. I freaking love you guys.
On your home for Kansas City sports, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can get all the fixings you need for those ice cream nachos at my favorite place, and that is Hy-Vee. But you can also do so much more with Hy-Vee. I was so excited to get back from the Super Bowl because I went right to Hy-Vee, and I love going to Hy-Vee and going up and down the aisles and picking out everything that I love, from their great produce to their unbelievable meats and fish department, everything in between. I love Hy-Vee, but some people like to have their groceries delivered to them, and Hy-Vee can help out with that as well. Look outside right now. Probably you're thinking to yourself, I don't want to go outside today, but I need some food. Well, let Hy-Vee take care of everything for you because of their aisles online. It's so easy. Just download the app or go to Hy-Vee.com. Choose your store, select your items, and Hy-Vee does all the shopping for you. All you have to do is pick up your order, or you can have it delivered to your home. And right now, you'll get $10 off any $125 aisles online purchase. So you're going to save time, you're going to save money. What could be better? Only at Hy-Vee.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Men, this is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. The one you love is the light of your life. And if you're like most of us, you want to do whatever you can to nurture your relationship. But if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, you know the impacts the condition is likely having on you and your partner. ED is a relationship destroyer. It can contribute to depression, distancing, conflicts, and even breakups and divorce. And what's so disturbing about this is that most men who suffer with ED can be successfully treated, but a lot of guys don't seek treatment when they should. At Heartland Men's Health, we have protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases. In fact, if you're like most guys, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and maybe find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. So call Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
What does it feel like to file with TaxSlayer and get your guaranteed maximum refund? It feels like the last level of a video game, facing off against the final boss who stands between you and your refund.
All your refund has belonged to me.
Using the power of TaxSlayer like a secret power-up he doesn't see coming.
Only the most tax-confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds.
Oh, not fair. You use TaxSlayer.
Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
It starts as a nuisance and you just put up with it, but then that awful joint pain impacts everything in your life. Walking, climbing stairs, even getting in and out of the car hurts. Hey, it's Bob Fesco. I'm talking about that always there joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back. But here's the good news. QC Kinetics. Groundbreaking treatments for arthritis pain. Long-term relief is now possible with no downtime. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients would tell you, don't wait, make the call today. These new orthobiologic cellular therapies, including PRP treatments, can revitalize your joints without going under the knife. Look, joint pain doesn't get better with time, so before it's absolutely debilitating, see if you're a candidate for these life-changing regenerative treatments. Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. 816-412-6299.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 29 southbound, slow rolling from 16th Avenue across the Bond Bridge. 35 northbound on the Kansas side, things a little sluggish from 635 up towards Mission with construction in the right lane at the exit. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Pay out your teas.
All right, so we were talking about these ice cream nachos, right, that you found yesterday. You're like, how come we haven't had these in our world
Well, it's
before,
weird, too,
right?
the algorithm that I find them right when I come out of the garage.
Right,
I'm like, no way, dude. So I sent it to you guys.
Look at these ice cream nachos,
well, and it's
right?
soft serve in one corner, caramel in the other, and then a row of waffle cone chips.
Right, and so as we're talking about it, my friend Pat Daddy's wife, we call her Pat Mommy, Megan, she Pat Daddy's the best. She sends a text. She goes, "Paul's Drive-In has ice cream nachos, South Kansas City." So we need to go to Paul's Drive-In, which I'm surprised.
If he's got those, that means he's got a hell of a hamburger too.
Oh, it's a phenomenal place. Yeah, yeah. The onion rings there are tremendous. B-Dub used to talk about Paul's Drive-In all the time out there in South Kansas City. Man. Yeah, right. Like
they got these onion rings.
Let me tell you something about the onion rings at Paul's Drive-In. I think I've been there one time, and it's it's one of those places you live out in South Kansas City.
You raw dog the onion ring or dip in ketchup?
I ketchup.
Okay,
yeah, but I think I've used barbecue sauce on onion rings before,
ranch, or like a ranch ketchup.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I could, if it's smokehouse, I'll use their ranch, but anywhere else, I just won't. I was looking at a bottle of ranch we had in the pantry today. It was like thick and creamy. I'm like, that just sounds disgusting.
Why is it in the pantry? Shouldn't it be in the fridge?
Well, it's not open yet.
Oh, okay. I was like,
and I'm like, ugh, thick and creamy. Like, I'll throw this away. They won't even know.
Paul's has ice cream nachos.
So Paul's Drive-In has ice cream nachos, at least according to my friend Megan, Pat Daddy's wife. So if Megan would know. She's a South Kansas City.
I wonder if there's like an image on Google. If you type in Paul's ice cream nachos, if somebody's with today's modern technology, they've put a picture up.
She says they truly are the bomb. People will drive the distance to come here. Plus, they got a great tenderloin. She says.
South KC.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down. I'm always down to try new places, especially if they're food place. Like, come on now.
Yeah, Paul's has been around for 100 years, man.
I'll drive to High Boy, and it's like a 35-minute drive for me just to get their burgers.
The High Boy by the stadium, I used to go to all the time.
Awesome. It's great.
It was fantastic. Yeah, Wendy's, High Boy, and then Legs.
Yeah. Legs is, I think it's something else now. Maybe
that strip of 40 Highway out there by the stadium is really good eating. I mean,
Dixon's.
You got Dixon's Chili, you got V's Italiano,
Carmen's, Gates.
I mean, so many restaurants right there on that little stretch.
Makes sense, right? Like going to the game. Want to eat before you go to the game.
And shockingly, in 60 years, nothing else has grown out there. You wonder why they want to move these places, right? So,
Paul's reminds me of a place we used to go to. We go to the lake. So we used to take 71 South to Table Rock Lake when we were kids, and my dad would always stop in Rich Hill at a place called
I remember when he pitched for the Cubs.
Mm-hmm. And we'd stop at a place called Swopes, and they had, at the time, one of the best burgers. It was like one of those places, like a Tasty Freeze. Like they had like a trailer, served you the Suzy Q's, the burgers that had like the wax paper.
Oh yeah, you're in a good spot when it's got the wax paper.
And then you got a soft serve cone on your way out. They'd give it to you. They'd file it all the way up to the top. But yeah, Swopes and Rich Hill.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if Paul's has got a picture of
Paul Italian sandwich. Damn good.
Yeah, couldn't find a picture,
dude.
I'm hungry too.
Have you found a picture of the ice cream nachos?
But they had a ton of pictures of his place, though, right? Like food items, and now you're starving.
Oh, yeah. It's your typical greasy hamburger, fries, tater tots, onion rings, pork tenderloin, like all
hot dogs,
stuff
corn
that you
dogs.
want. Yeah, they've got everything on the menu.
I promise you right now, I would smash a double cheeseburger and fries. And I should not.
But if you're going to have the ice cream nachos, you should have a picture of that and promote that. Like that needs to be something you're promoting.
Mm-hmm.
They got a mean-looking banana split on here, too.
Yeah, I saw that.
My wife the other day went to Andy's, and she goes, "What do you want?" I said, "A banana split."
That's what
she
you
said,
wanted?
"Yeah."
They're good.
She said, "No."
What?
She's telling you what you can and can't eat?
She denied?
So she came home with that triple chocolate concrete, which was fine, but I wanted a banana split. She's like, "I've never had a banana split." I'm like,
"Well, it wasn't Tuesday.
It wasn't for you."
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I was going to say, were you guys sharing?
No.
What?
And she said no?
No.
Call Jen on the phone.
What the hell?
Put Jen on the air.
Call her up. Seriously. Go, why wouldn't you let him have a banana split?
That's rude.
That is rude.
That's like, yeah.
Dial her up.
Can you give me a spicy McChicken with my meal? No.
I was going to say she's working, but you're right.
No,
she's
not today. There's no school.
I need to get to the bottom of this. You can't have a banana split?
I was told no.
I'd have drove myself.
She was out with the kids. They were in line. It was,
What would have been funny is you DoorDashed a banana split.
Would that even come? Like, it would be melted all over the place.
Doesn't matter.
Right?
You're going to soup it up anyway.
Oh, no. B-Dub Texas. Paul's.
Yeah, dude.
Why did you tell us about the ice cream nachos, B-Dub?
Let me tell you something about Paul's, Mr. Ass. It might be cold outside, but those onion rings are hot in your mouth, dog.
That's a good B-Dub.
Oh, God.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
They even got a nice twist cone. Speaking of twist cone. Shout out B-Dub the Voice. Mr. Barry White.
That's right. That banana split looks damn good over at Paul's.
She didn't answer us.
She didn't answer. Of course not.
Yep. Don't you dare answer when she calls back. That's your one shot, Jen.
Yep.
Go support her, by the way, with the Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah. BMAfoundation.org. Vote for my wife.
My wife. If you try Paul's, you have to try Southside Mafia Pizza. It's right next to it. Insane Pizza. I'll try it all. I'll go to Paul's and get onion rings, a burger, and ice cream nachos, and then I'll go get pizza. I'm just starving. God. All right, let's not talk about food. Let's talk about Myles Garrett for a second.
Random transfer of power there.
Well,
from ice cream nachos to Myles Garrett.
That's right. Let me tell you about Myles Garrett, man. If he was at Paul's, he'd be the best thing on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
So Myles Garrett really going to go to the Philadelphia Eagles? Like,
yes.
Is that the move? Is that the Kevin Durant to Golden State? Like, the best defensive line in football is already Philadelphia. The two best shooters at the time were Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. And then they went and got Kevin Durant. Myles Garrett to Philadelphia, that's nuts. That's insane.
Jeremy Fowler was on one of those ESPN shows the other day. I think it was NFL Live on Tuesday, right? And I'm watching these shows now because there's nothing else to do, so I find myself watching them, and they're not very good, by the way. But Jeremy Fowler was talking about why the Eagles were going to do it, and it's so petty as to why the Eagles would do it that I absolutely love it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to do it because it makes them better. They're going to do it because there's rumors that Washington wants Myles Garrett, and so they're going to do it and make the trade and offer up a better deal to block Washington from getting him on their team, which I just think is a baller move, right? Like, that is one of the coolest things ever, where Philadelphia is like, we like Myles Garrett, but we're not letting you get him, so we're going to sweeten our offer and make the strength of our team even stronger by going out and getting Myles Garrett. I think it's a great move it's a great move for anybody who goes out and gets Myles Garrett.
I just think that, like, that's one of those things where, like, so many people want to repeat. I would 100% take the Eagles over the field if they had Myles Garrett.
I think you'd have to
because
this
not
point,
only that,
right?
like, he is, like we were just talking about in the break, the kid from Penn State. I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Abdul Carter.
Yep. Abdul
Best
Carter.
player in the draft,
Right.
and it's not even close.
And Bob thinks he should go number one overall.
Right. I think he's the best player in the draft.
Myles Garrett went number one overall in the draft class that had Mahomes and all those other players in there. Christian McCaffrey, Trubisky was obviously in that draft. Deshaun Watson,
Allen.
Leonard Fournette.
Allen was
Josh
next year,
Allen was
yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
But, like, Myles Garrett went number one overall. Like, Mahomes.
Deshaun Watson was in that draft.
That's right.
Watson, yes!
McCaffrey. There was a safety that Seattle drafted that ended up going playing for the Jets. I can't think of it. Gosh.
Oh, yeah, Adams.
Yeah, Jamal Adams.
Jamal Adams, who I liked, and then he kind of went haywire and got, like, Aaron Rodgers
And he
out
got
of New
hurt.
York. Then he got hurt, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I know exactly where Paul's is. It's on my way home.
Okay.
So Aussie just texted me. He's like, I know exactly. If it's by Mafia Pizza, I used to buy bourbon at the gas station. It's right there on the corner. So I know exactly where it's at. Might have to stop. But it's, like, Myles Garrett is that good, and he's got that much juice left in the tank.
He's got a lot of juice in the tank.
That, like, he could single-handedly win you 3 to 4 games if he's in Philadelphia.
See, I was going to say probably about 2 to 3 games, but I wouldn't, debate 3 to 4 games because you come up with a big play on defense and a big sack at the end, and I mean, who knows what that could lead to, right?
Yeah.
Myles Garrett is a difference maker, and I know people will look around and say, oh, they should have drafted Patrick. A lot of people should have drafted Patrick Mahomes. It's easy to go back and look at history.
Yeah.
At that time, he was the best player in the draft. He just happened to go to Cleveland and ruined his career. That's not his fault that he went to Cleveland and has really never had an opportunity to do much, but he did. I think took him to the playoffs at least 2 times, by having Myles Garrett, there in Cleveland. So I think he's an amazing player. I think Philadelphia gets him. It's going to be just, oh God, Philadelphia. It's going to be like the Chiefs 2.0. Everybody's going to be pissed at the Eagles, and rightfully so.
Right.
I mean, there'll be more of the Los Angeles Dodgers than any other team.
They'll start to be hated.
Right, and everybody will hate them and forget about us, and we'll get a noon game on a Sunday every once in a while.
Or a 325 game. I mean, either one.
Either way. We're fine with either one. But I do. I think Abdul Carter is by far the best player in this draft. I think he's the biggest difference maker in this draft. And if you're trading out of number one, if you're Tennessee, whoever trades in better be taking Abdul Carter because there isn't a quarterback in this draft, in my opinion, that is a franchise quarterback right now.
No Jackson Dart?
Right now, we're in general.
No, in the draft.
In the draft, right now.
You're,
Right now, this year. Yeah,
Okay.
this year's draft. There's not a. I mean, Jackson Dart's going to climb up the ladder, obviously, as we've seen. I don't know that he's a franchise quarterback. If he was a franchise quarterback, why didn't we really talk about him much during the college football season?
And this isn't a stab at you. This is a promise. But how much did you know about Jalen Daniels when he was coming out as a rookie from LSU, other than the fact that he won the Heisman?
A lot more than Jackson Dart did. A lot more than you do with Jackson Dart.
Or
like
Cam Ward
Daniels
or
was
Shedeur Sanders?
Shedeur Sanders you knew about because of his old man, and rightfully so. Doesn't mean he's a good player and he's going to be a good NFL player, and that three-ring circus coming to town. I don't know if any NFL team wants to deal with that. Cam Ward, I think, has gotten better as the season has dissipated and gotten away from us. I think people have gotten more of it. Same with Jackson Dart. That's where I was kind of questioned. You're just now becoming a household name. You had all of college football season, and again, some of that's the media and Dion and doing all that kind of buzz. I don't think there's a franchise quarterback in this year's draft at all. And Binkley will tell you he doesn't think there's one in next year's franchise draft. It's why Quinn Ewers is coming out this year, because he knows there's no quarterbacks in this draft worth taking. It was like the guy who played at Missouri for all those years and then was with the Chiefs 2 seasons ago as the backup quarterback. And I can't remember the guy, Blaine Gabbert.
Yes.
Right? When he came out, he was a 12th overall pick by Jacksonville. Had he come out the next season, he wouldn't have been a first-round draft pick. And so you start to survey that. Quinn Ewers is going to be one of these drafted guys. I mean, I'm like,
Carson Beck. Yeah.
There's Paul's ice cream nachos.
Oh, they got him. They
You got a picture?
$5.99. Yeah.
Yes. Aussie sent us one.
There it is, the ice cream. That's great by Paul's.
Here's your ice cream nachos. Crikey.
So that's where I'm looking at it right now. Abdul Carter is the best player that I've seen in this draft, and I don't believe there's a franchise quarterback that I'd be willing to take in the first round at this point in time.
Text line Bo Nix comparison to Jackson Dart this year.
Maybe kind of. Yeah, where Bo Nix kind of took off as the season ended or dissipated, and we moved into the over analyzation of the quarterbacks at this time. But if I'm a coach right now or I'm a GM and I'm looking at these quarterbacks, I'm signing Sam Darnold. I'm going to get J.J. McCarthy for a trade. Maybe I'm trying to trade with Atlanta to get Kirk Cousins. Maybe Matthew Stafford is a guy that I'm looking at. I don't want to build my franchise around any of these quarterbacks. But they'll all go, and they'll all make mistakes, and it'll be a disaster, and we'll kind of repeat this cycle. If you pass on Abdul Carter at number 1, you're asking to suck.
And then Mac reported the Jets are trying to get into the number 1 pick of the draft.
Yeah, speaking of that number 1 pick, Titans think about trading out, which they should trade out.
They should.
They should absolutely
trade out.
And I
of
think
that
they
pick,
will.
Unless they're going to take Abdul Carter, right? Because they don't have a quarterback. You're not taking a wide receiver. You're not going running back or anything like that. You got a lot to build if you're Tennessee right now.
Abdul Carter would be that guy for Vrabel, though. They would have that connection. Your franchise player.
If New England were able to trade up.
What's New England picking second?
Third? They're up there. Yeah.
I think they pick 4th or 3rd because it's Tennessee.
Yeah, it's Tennessee, Cleveland, New York, then New England.
Okay.
So they could make that trade up.
Yeah, that's what if I'm Vrabel, I trade for the first pick and I go get, because you have your quarterback.
You have your quarterback. Absolutely, you have your quarterback.
And you're a defensive minded guy, and you go get that guy, and you're like, you know what? Pat and Andy are together. You and I are together, and we're going to change the game on defense.
I love that.
And they have a top corner in Christian Gonzalez, so you pair him up. That'd be good.
You have your quarterback, then you just go build your offensive line and go. You have money. They have money to spend. And you go get a free agent wide receiver.
The money that they have to spend is insane. They got $125 million to spend this offseason.
Plus the cap just went up massively again.
I mean,
thanks Amazon.
They got thanks Amazon. Thanks to Taylor as well. Didn't you send the article that the NFL has earned $1 billion in money since she's been around, directly responsible for that? Mm-hmm. No player in the NFL is generating the money that Taylor Swift is generating in the NFL.
Chiefs merchandise is up. That helps the NFL.
I mean, it all helps the NFL.
Sales,
so Tony
tickets.
Dungy, put that in your pipe and smoke it when it comes to complaining about Taylor Swift.
Smoke, Bob.
He does more for the NFL, generates more money for the NFL than the players are doing right now. Maybe with the exception of Mr. Mahomes at this point in time.
Tony Dungy looks like the type of guy that gets a towel out of the car or out of the gas pump to grab the gas pump.
Yes. Germs.
Now I do hand sanitize after the gas pump, but I don't know that I've ever grabbed the towel.
Tony Dungy.
No, during COVID I did because we didn't know.
Well, we're 6 years removed.
Yeah, right. That's what I think. During COVID I did.
Tony Dungy looks like the kind of guy that jiggles the gas pump 17 times before he takes it out, and then has the long. What else does Tony Dungy look like? The Martian that got signed in the free agency for the Yankees to play in center field.
Yes, he's the Martian.
Yeah, Martian. He's going to play center field for the Yankees. That was Mac on Tuesday.
That's his name, the Martian.
The Martian.
No, that's his nickname. It's I looked it up. It's
a Martian.
Jason Dominguez or something.
Yeah, like Jason Dominguez, their rookie who has 2 S's in his name.
2 S's. Yep, 2 S's. That's it.
They call him the Martian.
The Martian.
He's a huge man. Like Martians are tiny, I would imagine.
That's probably the
Somebody
joke.
makes a good point to your Taylor Swift thing. The NFL should be doing everything they can to keep Travis from retiring.
No doubt. They probably are.
Well, I
Would
wouldn't
you be surprised
retire,
if the
but-
NFL's like writing residual checks to Travis?
Yeah,
behind
I wouldn't
the
retire,
scenes?
but Goodell showed up in Gleewood.
He showed up with a bag, and I'm
Hey,
talking
man.
a huge bag of
Hey,
cash.
you left this in New Orleans, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Harrison's suit? No. It's your contract that no one knows about.
That's right. This is a bag full of cash. If you keep playing, it's all yours.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep going.
Yeah, I guess I'll risk it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's crazy though. I mean, when you think about how much money and what Taylor Swift has done for the NFL, that
$1 billion.
the salary cap goes up more than they expected.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about
Way to
it.
go, Taylor.
Yeah. We're going to get into some prop bets that you can look at tonight for the United States versus Canada. We'll get into that next on Fesco and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Fesco and Dusty.
913-586-7965. Call in right now and tell me how much I suck.
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, when that snow melts, I'll look at my lawn and I'll think to myself, ugh, I don't like the way it looks. That's why I'm calling Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, because these guys are going to come out and make my lawn look like the best lawn on the block. And it will be the best lawn on the block once Aspen Lawn and Pest Control is finished. I've decided after 3 years of trying to figure out how to get these roots to die under my grass, I'm going to call the college-educated professionals over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. They have degrees in this kind of stuff, and I don't. So why would I continue to do this work and go and continue to do it the wrong way when I can use the folks over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control? They've got those iconic blue trucks you see parked in front of the nicest lawns in town, and they've been providing award-winning service in Kansas City since 1985. They're offering full-service lawn care, irrigation, and pest control. Right now, if you tell them you heard it right here on 96.5 The Fan, you'll get a free estimate plus up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So you want your lawn to look the best. You want your lawn to be the best. You want your neighbors to be jealous of you, then you need to call Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. Better yet, just go to aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? Call Jay Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow.
Hey, it's Karen with Shamrock Roofing and Construction. Ready to replace that roof? We have flexible financing options, 12 months same as cash, and don't make a payment for 90 days. And that's just one of many options we offer. Get on the schedule now with our in-house Consumer Credit Center. One call does it all for flexible payment options, affordability, and peace of mind. Visit shamrockroofer.com. That's shamrockroofer.com or call 1-866-932-3545 today.
I love Hy-Vee for so many different reasons, but one of the things I love most about Hy-Vee is their customer service. Everyone that works at Hy-Vee is awesome. And you know what else I love about Hy-Vee? I don't have to sacrifice quality and service to get low prices. Hy-Vee just dropped the price on thousands of items in every aisle, in every department, on items I buy every day, both in-store and online. Hy-Vee even match prices with the nation's biggest discount stores. So check out Hy-Vee today and get those low prices only at Hy-Vee.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products, we've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
After you use Bounce Dryer Sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on it every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer Sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry,
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
What does it feel like to file with TaxSlayer and get your guaranteed maximum refund? It feels like the last level of a video game, facing off against the final boss who stands between you and your refund.
All your refund is belong to me.
Using the power of TaxSlayer like a secret power-up he doesn't see coming.
Only the most tax confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds.
Oh, not fair. You use TaxSlayer.
Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Basketball fans, don't miss the MIAA Basketball Championships March 5th through 9th at Municipal Auditorium. 18 games over 5 days, the nation's best small college basketball tournament will feature some of the nation's best Division II teams. Get your tickets now through Ticketmaster and visit odyssey.com/965thefan/events February 20th through 24th to register to win free tickets. MIAA Madness, March 5th through 9th. Bring your A game.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Metro Ford, online at kcmetroford.com. Missouri side, 71 northbound, just a bit sluggish from 75th up towards Gregory. Metro Ford off Nolan Road in Independence is your Ford F-150 headquarters. Right now, get over $13,000 in savings on select new XLT Ford F-150s. When's the last time you saw deals like that? These trucks are moving fast, so hurry to Metro Ford, online at kcmetroford.com. See dealer for details. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Protagonist, antagonist. Normally Fesco's the antagonist. Right now, he's the protagonist. So, of course, Jen couldn't answer the phone call. Blew your one opportunity, Jen. Sorry. Love you. You're a sweetheart. But we get to it. We get down to the nitty-gritty. Jen never had a banana split. Gross. Mac, don't limit Bob's dessert ventures. Bob, thank you, Mac. Why do you get... Then I said, why do you get to decide what he wants for dessert? He's never asked for that in 19 years. So when he did, you said no? Yes, because I knew he really didn't want it.
That's it. But that's the classic woman answer.
Really
she knows what you want.
Classic woman answer.
That's like,
and gone.
And you're gone. Yeah. I don't eat a lot of that sweets and that kind of stuff. I was looking through the Andes menu and I saw the banana split. I'm like, God, I haven't had one of those maybe since I was a kid. I'd like a banana split.
Do it.
You asked me what I wanted. I told you a banana split. You told me I didn't want that. You're not my mother. This is my mother growing up. They say kids of my generation don't like cauliflower because we were served it in a bag that was thrown in the microwave and it was mushy.
Or you got it cold in a veggie tray.
Yeah, right. It was just not my thing. Now, I do like cauliflower crust pizzas. I do like rice cauliflower and stuff
give
like
me the
that.
dough, dude.
Mashed cauliflower. I can eat all that, but like regular no, I'm not doing it. And the reason is because the way we were served this cauliflower growing up, it was nasty. And my mother goes, you like it? I don't. Stop telling me what I like and what I don't like. You don't know what I like and what I do. Just because I haven't eaten something in, 30 years doesn't mean I don't like it. Like, how often do you order a banana split?
Yeah, well, that's like your opinion, man.
Like, how often do you sit down and say, I'd like a banana split?
I think I've had 3 in my life.
Maybe. That's about it for me.
And I think I can tell you everywhere I've had them. I've had one at Custard's Last Stand. I've had one at Dairy Queen, and I've had one at a place. These Blue Springs guys will know this on the text line. If you're an old school soul in Blue Springs, it's called Soft Serve Depot. It was awesome. It was just a little ice cream store that had a train inside that ran around the ceiling.
Fun.
Oh, greatest ice cream store I've ever had in my life. Soft Serve Depot.
Not open anymore?
Nah,
Was it by the train station in downtown Lee Summit?
It's in Blue Springs.
Oh, Blue Springs.
Yeah.
You said that. My bad.
It's okay.
But you said Depot, then I'm thinking train.
Yeah, no, it's called Soft Serve Depot. My dad used to be like basically Michael Scott. He was a paper salesman. And he sold them their cups, their boats, their napkins, all that. So we go in there and, got a little discount. And it was, it's called Soft Serve Depot. So good. And then McDonald's got built and took it down.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, dude. It broke my heart. And they had the best cherry dipped cone. You ever had a dipped cone?
I never had a cherry dipped cone.
Oh, they got one at DQ as well. But yeah, they had cherry chocolate and caramel, or they called it like butterscotch. And it was just,
Well, was it caramel or was it butterscotch?
I don't know. It was brown. I think it was caramel.
Because butterscotch sounds really good.
Really good.
Yeah, butterscotch sundaes.
And it was so great. They'd show you, they'd dip that sucker, give it right back to you, and then as soon as you got in your car, you could just see it bleeding out of the shell. And my dad would be like, "You gotta eat that quick."
If there's not a banana split when I get home today, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, Jen, you know what to do. God, I'm hungry.
I told you,
so
it's
much
my
food
fault, dude.
today.
I'm not even hungry. Like
I walked into your studio and showed you this chicken or the chicken Caesar sandwich.
It was like an hour and a half ago. Since
You're
then,
like,
it's
food.
food.
God, Soft Serve Depot, best ice cream ever from the 816. Yes, it was.
When did they close that joint?
Gosh, had to have been like 99, 98, somewhere around there. I was young going in there because I was still living in Blue Springs. Banana Royale, a banana split, but the banana is sliced and topped with the various condiments. Because it's chocolate, pineapple, and strawberry, right?
Hell if I know. I didn't care what it was. I just wanted ice cream on top of a banana.
Can you get the damn banana split?
Yeah, you can do pineapple on those, I think. Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Who the hell are you to tell me I don't like a banana split? You don't know that.
D-I-V-O. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, this is what's going to come to, right?
Well, I'm going through the big D and don't mean Dallas. Shout out Mark Chestnut. United States and Canada props or marriage props. Will there be a fight within the first minute of the game tonight? Plus 1,000, yes. Minus 5,000, no. Take the money and go plus 1,000.
See, I'm going to say no. I think we got the fights out of our system in that first game in the first minute. I think we'll see some fights, but I don't think we'll have dropped the gloves like we did on Saturday night.
How many fights will there be? 0, 1, 2, or 3? 2 is plus 800. 3 or more is plus 500. 1 fight plus 150. That's good money.
I think so, yeah.
Plus 150 for a fight?
For a fight, though. But I think there'll probably be more than one.
So you would take the 3 or more at plus 500?
I think I would do the 2 at plus 800 because that's giving you the best odds.
That's weird. But that's weird because it's just 2. There can't be any more.
That's right. 2.
So that's why it's
I guess
2
that's
only.
why it's plus 800.
Yeah, because they feel like, which I do believe is kind of the case. Once one starts, and it spills over to
for
the
sure.
next
Yeah,
and all that
contagious.
kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope it's 3 or more.
When does the first fight happen? First period is plus 200. Second period of the hockey game is plus 300. Third period is plus 350. Overtime plus 150.
I think
that's a tough one to gauge.
It is, but I'm going to say first period plus 200.
That's going to go so fast that I don't know if we're going to have time. Where I would probably put my money, I'm going to go a different one. I would say second period is when you see it because they've played, they've said their things, they've done, and then they've had the little bit of a break or
we
the
also had
intermission.
a fight in the first 3 seconds too.
There was a booing of the national anthem.
Yeah.
Though. So I mean, there's a little bit there. So
I don't know. Like I think the longer the game goes, obviously, the more tired you get. So like get that fight out of the way early.
That's true. That's a good point.
This is so funny. These last two.
Yeah.
Will a player be bleeding after the first fight? Yes, plus 600. No, minus 1,500.
Yeah, take the yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
you
not?
get punched in the nose, man. Because what's the rule? Gloves off, helmet off, then you pull the other guy's shirt up, and then boom. I think that's what Happy Gilmore taught me.
Yeah. You're supposed to, but that's now when they end it, when it starts to get like that. They'll let you go, and then you pull the sweater, and it's over.
Because didn't it used to be once you hit the ice, it was over?
Once you hit the ice, you still went, and then they finally broke you up,
Yeah.
Now it's CTE.
So I have a question. Okay. They doing that in the UFC?
Protecting people's brains.
So,
no, I mean, that's what they're doing now. That's why they've stopped,
I have a question. So, like, if you were a kid in youth hockey, did they, like, teach you how to fight like they teach you how to skate and shoot?
I don't think so.
They just were like, go naturally learn how to fight? Like,
Yeah,
somebody's going to try to kick your ass one day? Like, good luck?
I mean, I think that would be kind of, I don't know, honestly,
they don't
is
teach
that
you a
illegal?
1-2
You're teaching kids how to fight?
No, you can just call it self-defense.
Yeah.
Bring, like, a self-defense instructor and be like, here's the 1-2 combo.
I would imagine in today's environment with every Karen in their silver minivan running around, probably not going to teach that because they would be up there talking to the manager right away.
Maybe
You're
just
teaching my son how to fight? This is supposed to be hockey. Good night, Karen.
Somebody says if they boo the national anthem again, you know they're dropping gloves immediately after that puck drops. 100%. I think they learned their lesson. Somebody said, kill them with kindness.
That's my thing. Yeah.
Said, put the Canadian national anthem up on the screen and the words and let everybody sing it.
Oh, that's good, too. I do like that one. That'll really tick them off.
Oh, yeah. Somebody says, speaking of fights, when are you guys going to break down the fight between Mahomes Sr. and John Rocker? It's fake.
It's fake. It's a fake fight.
That's why we never talked about it. You got duped if you believed it.
Yeah. And, he had to reveal that it was fake for, court order stuff. So it's over.
Yeah, so that's why we never talked about it.
Yeah.
We win.
Yeah, exactly.
As soon as I saw it, I sent to you guys. I was like, and this is why we didn't touch it.
Yeah.
It's fake. And then the last one that you have on here, and these are like offshore bettings. So, I don't think you can find these on DraftKings. Maybe you can find them on, FanDuel. I don't know. Which team's player will bleed first after the fight, Canada or the United States?
I'm going to say the United States.
I ain't hear no bell.
I'm going to say it's an American.
Gosh. Do hockey players cry during the national anthem?
I don't know.
I'm sure some do.
Because, if they're so prideful of it, you'd think that they'd be like Chris Jones or, no Sean Marino out there.
Yep.
Which I still can't believe that tear that fell from No Sean Marino's eye.
Oh, my God. That's still one of the best.
I cannot get over it. I'm like, how is that? Maybe it's just the way that it was shot, but yeah.
Apparently, the tear didn't happen for Jones in the Super Bowl this time. I don't know. We were there, so
that's
I
why
didn't get to
they
see
lost.
It. And I was saying that's why
they had the camera there waiting for it too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, apparently, it didn't happen.
Every time I think of fight instructor, I think of Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
You think I'm upset when I go home to Darla at night? And then she's out there with Uncle Rico.
Yeah.
What a movie. I need to watch that again.
You ever see that movie, Mac?
It's a great one.
Oh, wow.
That movie also ruined John Hader's career.
Killed it.
Because he could never play anything else.
Costanza ruined Jason Alexander's career for the most part.
Well, Dustin Checks In was really good. But yeah, he was in Benchwarmers, and I was like, this is Napoleon Dynamite with a helmet on.
What was it?
Blades of Glory.
Blades of Glory, yep. Kind of same thing.
Yeah, John Hader never was able to really do anything after that.
It made a lot of money for him, but then ruined his career.
Gosh.
Every time. Get your own tater tots, go.
Like Michael Richards, right? I know he went kind of...
Well, he was racist.
Yeah, but not for a long period of time. Right. He didn't do anything and then became racist, in that stand-up routine some 15 years after. But he didn't do anything after Seinfeld until we found out he was a bigot.
Yeah. Coaches teach you how to defend yourself in Little League hockey. Coming up on the other side, Missouri did something really great last night, plus what we need to get into, maybe some more Royals talk, and why the salary cap is, it's fake. 913-586-7965. That's Jay Southland Tow Service text line. This is Fesco and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
It starts as a nuisance, and you just put up with it. But then that awful joint pain impacts everything in your life. Walking, climbing stairs, even getting in and out of the car hurts. Hey, it's Bob Fesco. I'm talking about that always there joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back. But here's the good news. QC Kinetics. Groundbreaking treatments for arthritis pain. Long-term relief is now possible with no downtime. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients would tell you, don't wait, make the call today. These new orthobiologic cellular therapies, including PRP treatments, can revitalize your joints without going under the knife. Look, joint pain doesn't get better with time, so before it's absolutely debilitating, see if you're a candidate for these life-changing regenerative treatments. Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. 816-412-6299.
Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu beef meat market, has even more convenient ways for you to shop. In addition to their location at 135th and Metcalf, they're now open at 95th and Knoll. Everyone deserves to elevate their beef. Whether you're looking to wow your family with a meal they'll never forget or impress your friends, neighbors, and coworkers, their Wagyu experts are ready to help you pick out something unforgettable. Booth Creek Wagyu, now with 2 locations, open 7 days a week, or at boothcreekwagyu.com.
March is almost here, and college basketball is reaching its most exciting stretch of the season. Right now, new customers on FanDuel get $150 in bonus bets when your first $5 wager wins. That's $150 extra bucks to bet on everything from conference clashes to tournament upsets to even who you think is going to cut down the nets. You guys know I like my Missouri Tigers, and I got a feeling this could be the year that they make a deep run in the tournament. So don't wait anymore. And if you've been waiting to join FanDuel, there's no better time than the present. The app is easy to use, and when you win, you'll get paid instantly. So visit FanDuel.com/KFNZ, use my promo code, and get in on the March basketball action. FanDuel is an official sports betting partner of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issue with non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after street restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under agreement Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700. Visit KSGamblingHelp.com.
It's February. What is more romantic than a new toilet? 2. This month we are offering buy one, get one half off a toilet replacement. Win those brownie points and call Connolly at 913-768-7676 or visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Chiefs coverage brought to you by Metal by the Foot, your metal project superstore.
For over 36 years, Metal by the Foot has been your source for steel, aluminum, brass, and stainless. Located in KC and Topeka. Online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Heading into Peculiar, 49 northbound, very heavy this morning with about a mile and a half backup, approaching a problem with at least one lane blocked. Southbound onlooker interest slows for about a half mile approaching. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Hang out with Cody and Gold. Weekdays starting at 10 on 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Diving back into it, we are an hour away from this show being over, and then we're going to count down the time until United States versus Canada. I'm not your buddy, guy.
Is
I'm
that
not
on
your guy,
ESPN
buddy.
tonight, or is that on ABC tonight?
Disney Plus,
Disney
Hulu.
Plus. Are they putting it on everything? Which they should be, you know?
Look, guy, we have to stay strong. If you don't stand with your fellow Canadians, then you are a rat.
Don't call me a rat, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, friend.
He's not your friend, guy.
I'm not your guy, buddy.
He's not your buddy, friend.
I'm not your friend, guy.
Classic. And that's my childhood. In a nutshell. Bigger, longer, and uncut South Park. Never forget, we went with my buddies.
That was a must-go-to movie.
We went with my buddy's mom because she took us because she had no idea. And I mean,
What did she think it was?
Well, she knew South Park was like a cartoon, but they didn't know they were going to have a song called Uncle Blank.
Oh, yeah.
And like
Kyle's mom.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle's mom.
Kyle's mom is the biggest.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great movie. What a great movie.
One of my favorite ones was
Shield my ass.
was it Stan's father singing about, was it Courtney Cox is so hot on that show?
That sounds like Randy Marsh.
That's Randy Marsh from the early days of South Park.
I mean, Randy Marsh, if you took TV characters, is probably in my top 5.
He's evolved,
Sure.
whatever, over the years as a character.
I mean,
like it used to be like it was Cartman and the kids, and then all of a sudden, like Randy Marsh now. They're like, okay, we got
great.
something here with this guy. But
he's fantastic.
the Blame Canada song, like that's South Park.
For the beady little eyes, a flapping heads, a full of lies.
Trey Parker, Matt Stone.
And they're still going.
You see Paul Simon's coming to town?
Really?
April 26th at the Midland. I already asked about tickets. We don't get any.
Are you going to go? Is that
It depends on the price.
Is that like a must-see for you?
He's a big musical talent in my life.
Did he just announce his tour? Mm-hmm. What a way to do it right after that Saturday Night Live performance. Very smart.
Put
Very
two
smart.
together.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. What a great move, and all the behind-the-scenes stuff to do
April 26th at the Midland, Paul Simon. I won't pay more than $80 for a ticket, which is basically like, okay, Dusty, you're not going.
Yeah.
So, Paul Simon, April 26th, Midland, can't wait. I would love to go to that concert. Because anything from Graceland, I would be like, all right.
Is he billing this as a farewell tour?
He's got to be up there. What do you want? You want to do this thing again? You want to do the Ace thing again?
He's got to be in his mid-70s, right?
I would say 79.
Older or younger than Pete Carroll?
Older.
Yeah, I think older,
because he didn't look great on that SNL.
Older or younger than Bill Belichick?
Older. Let's see. Paul Simon is...
I'm going older.
Oh, yeah.
Is Sabrina Carpenter going to be with him?
I hope.
And I'll go.
Paul Simon's 83.
Holy cow.
He was born October 13th, 1941. That's nuts, dude.
83. Like at 83, why do you even want to do that anymore? Like
I want to be setting somebody up.
Yeah, probably.
That's
Exactly.
probably
Kids, maybe. I guess because like for you, like I hate to be this guy, you don't have many left.
No.
Like, you're not gonna be able to spend all the money you're gonna be making on this tour, or maybe you just want to do it because you just want to do it. Like
you love it.
Your whole life you've been a performer, and you're looking at the calendar, you're going, well, I'm 83. I don't know how many more of these I got, so let me get out there and do what I love. That's okay to say that too. You don't have to be a farewell tour.
No.
You're just like, I love performing.
This is what I do, and it's a profession where you can go as long as you want. We talk about sports. These athletes,
No, there's an end game there for athletes.
Big end game.
End game for entertainers too. There's certain
for sure your peaks.
You do, but like somebody like a Paul Simon, he's a generation, not a generational. He's multi-generational.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many of those folks out there anymore that are multi-generational. Where we can go back to like my parents' age to where we are today, and everybody knows who Paul Simon is. There's not many of those guys left anymore.
What's your favorite Paul Simon song? Or is it Simon Garfunkel?
It's probably Simon and Garfunkel America.
I love the mother and daughter reunion.
It's a great song. Yeah, it's one of my top songs too. Yeah.
Diamond on the Silver Shoes.
Reunion,
Mother and Child reunion. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. Anyways,
I think another good one is from The Graduate. Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah, which I didn't know what that song was about until my buddy's mother told me, and I thought that was really, really weird.
Really? Willy weird?
Yeah. She's like, you know what the song Mrs. Robinson's about? And I was like, no. She's like, well, sit down, Dusty, and I'll explain. And
was she a Mrs. Robinson?
Kind of.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
So are you trying to like make a move on me, Mom, here?
I was like 15. And I was like, because I was singing the song. I was like, thanks to you, Mrs.
Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah. And she's like, do you know what that song's about? And I was like, no. She goes, sit down. And I was like, I just watched American Pie last night, and now you're explaining this to me. So, okay, we got a couple minutes. That's about all it takes.
I'm just thinking about now. You got to be thinking about like who else would be that kind of generational artist. I mean, Paul McCartney, obviously, he's got to be in his 80s too.
Springsteen,
for sure.
Springsteen is
70s,
Billy Joel,
80s, 90s. Joel's there.
Yeah, Elton John.
Yeah, Swift.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got
82, Paul McCartney.
Damn. Yeah, because Swift's got what? She's got what? The NFL making $1 billion off her.
Right.
So then you have women probably, I'm going to guess that there's probably women in their 40s that love her, 30s, 20s, and early teens.
Probably down to like 10
That's
years,
4 generations.
Yeah. Yeah, but how many more dads now are involved in Taylor Swift too? Like I didn't go when she was here because I'm like,
you should have.
And now I look back and I'm like, damn,
Gosh, I'd love to go.
She won Bill Belichick over because she did the whole concert in the rain. He's like, yeah, she's great. She's tough.
Yeah.
No days off.
Right. Yeah. Do your job. She did it.
Yeah.
Like
Stephen
Bill
A.
Belichick.
Stephen A. about lost it. He opened up First Take the day after he did, after he went to the concert. It was like, all right, that's it. He's like, Taylor Swift. That's it, man. He's like, my daughter took half my salary this year for this concert, and it was worth it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it
was like, everybody said that. Like, I knew people that were like in regret about the price of the ticket and how much effort they had to put into it. That took their
you have no idea what it was like having 2 teenage daughters trying to get
sitting there on the internet the entire time. I'm 10 hours away. I'm 7 hours. It's just like brutal. And then the dads would go, and they're like, I take back anything I ever said negative about her. It was an insane concert.
Yeah, like that was one where you call it and even like the favor people are like, I can't even do anything for myself on these type of concerts. Like it was, she's like when she goes on tour again, it's probably when Travis will retire maybe and then go on tour with her. I mean, it's got to be must see. It just has to be a must see concert now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, I never would have thought Taylor Swift would have been somebody that I'm looking at as a must-see concert. But
I would also say that the Rolling Stones on the text line, they're another one. They've been around since like the 50s.
Right.
Stay focused, Dustin.
Yeah, they're still going strong. Aren't they? Like, isn't Mick Jagger still performing places?
Is there a drug Keith Richards hasn't done? Like, Ozzy Osbourne's the only one that went longer than he did, and that's because Ozzy snorted a line of ants. You've heard that story?
No.
He and Keith Richards were just like going back on what they could do more of. And then like Ozzy's like, give me that straw, snort this line of ants. And Keith Richards like, too much for me, bro. And then Ozzy went right up a line
it's like
of ants.
Hud eating a bug, you know?
Well, you bit the head off the back.
Yeah. Like, all right, I'll do it.
There's
Eat the bug, Hud.
Movie on Netflix called The Dirt, and they depict that exact scene. It's a great movie.
It's nuts, dude. Like snorting a line of ants.
Alive ants or dead ants?
Alive. They're like crawling in a
Crawling
line.
around, and he just puts the straw down there. Yeah.
Ozzy.
Like in the summertime when I go out and throw the hot water on these things, like that guy was out there snorting ants.
Dude.
I mean, you do you, bro, but like that's now.
Every once in a while, I have a dream where I wake up, my entire body's covered in ants, and I freak out. I don't know. I know the most like small, harmless thing in the world, but I hate them.
Well, I mean, if you get thousands of them, they could carry you across the parking lot.
So spiders or ants?
I mean, I don't mind spiders.
Spiders don't bother me
I
at
can
all.
kill them easily.
Yeah.
Like, they don't startle me. Like, there's been times, obviously, where I've had, like, a brown recluse in my shower, and I opened the shower curtain. It was, like, right there. Like,
have you?
I told the story right there. Like, I opened the curtain, opened up. There's a brown recluse right there, and I mean, pissed to the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was like, you know?
Yeah, that would scare you.
That was a startle. But, I mean, I immediately whacked it off the shower curtain and then literally flushed it down the drain. I was like, see you, dude.
Right down there,
drown, sucker.
See you, dude.
Yeah, I was like, you suck. Because brown recluses are annoying.
No, but they're also
they bite you. You gotta take
dangerous.
skin off your ass and pat your leg up.
Yeah.
I worked with a guy that happened to. He got bit in the leg on the side of his thigh and didn't think it was anything serious, just kept itching it. And all of a sudden it starts to like create that crevice. And he had to take skin off his right ass cheek and put it on his leg.
Yeah.
Ugh.
From a spider
the
bite.
ass, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, one time I picked up an apple that was outside, and as soon as I picked it up, the ants just like went all over my hand. I freaked out, dude.
Yeah.
Freaked out.
Ants don't bother me, but I will kill them because I don't want them around.
Well, I don't think they have any purpose. Also,
There's probably something you don't know about, and somebody's going to text you, Dusty, without ants, we wouldn't,
Yeah. Actually, environmentally,
they're very good for the environment because they eat the food that you drop on the ground. And if you drop that food on the ground, then you're going to have more pests, and the ants are taking care of all that. Yeah. Fine. It's like the turtles and the straws. I don't care.
Would Sting go on that list?
no.
No? Not big enough? Okay. If you have to sigh and wait, it's probably a no.
But I mean, it's a debatable one. I think it depends on who you talk to.
Yeah. Because my parents would say, hell yeah.
Yeah. Vip would say, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Sting's great.
Sting's fantastic.
Yeah.
But is he Paul McCartney?
No,
Is he
Michael Jack? No.
Well, Michael Jackson's dead if he's performing.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, he has died. He has died.
Brutal. Whatever you do, Mac, don't read the text line because they're giving you bad advice. Coming up on the other side, I do want to dive into what this Mizzou game had. Plus, I want to talk about what Vern had to say about the Royals bullpen. It's insane, but I love it. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Men, this is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And though I generally talk about medicine and effective treatments for erectile dysfunction and other men's sexual health issues, today I want to talk about love. Because love is the best reason to get treated for your ED. You see, ED can cause major relationship issues. In fact, men often push their partners away when ED becomes a problem. The condition can cause depression, arguments, breakups, and even contribute to divorce. But the good news is that if you're like most men suffering with ED, you can be successfully treated at Heartland Men's Health and put a stop to the relationship relationship stresses that ED can cause. I say this with all confidence because we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. Surely, it's likely you'll find you're performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and get the love back in your life. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. But not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Okay, so that's with bacon, cheese, lettuce, tomato, grilled onions, ketchup, and hold the pickles.
You know what you like. You wouldn't order your burger just any way. Why should your sports talk be any different? With Chapters on the free Odyssey app, you can choose the topics that matter to you most. Whether it's reactions, matchup previews, injury updates, or team news, quickly find what you really care about. Your football talk, your way. Download the free Odyssey app and start listening today.
Folks, it's time to rev up your engines and get ready for a wild ride for Ford Truck Month. And who better to bring you all the excitement than my favorite Ford dealer in Kansas City, Rob Sight of Rob Sight Ford in South Kansas City. Hey, Rob, what's going on?
Hey, Kevin, there are a lot of F-150s out there, but you're not going to find a better deal than Rob Sight Ford's $15,500 off brand new F-150s. That's right, $15,500 off. These savings only happen during Truck Month at Rob Sight Ford, so now is not the time to wait.
Rob Sight Ford is on fire.
Best price and best inventory at Rob Sight Ford. So many F-150s in stock. Don't wait because they won't last long. Biggest savings, best trade-in offers, all part of the Kevin Harlan VIP experience at Rob Sight Ford.
And I appreciate that. Like I've said before, Bobby, nothing compares to the quality and the professionalism at Rob Sight Ford.
Rob Sight Ford, 135th and State Line, ROBSIGHT.com.
Today, expect sunny conditions with a high of 13.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples store has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios.
Sweet. And I promise you'll be able to understand all the words. Not like Sting, where you can only understand the last three.
Samma stanna still hem och live och laugh och starting up a brand new day.
Never heard that before?
No, I had not. That's really good.
That's amazing.
Sweet. And I promise you'll be able to understand all the words. Not like Sting, where you can only understand the last three.
Samma stanna still hem och live och laugh och starting up a brand new day.
Better believe it.
You got to send that to Vip. He'll die. That's fantastic. Oh, my God. That is the greatest thing ever. That is
Just type
so
in
good.
Sting Family Guy. Yeah, dude.
One more time.
Okay.
Sweet. And I promise you'll be able to understand all the words. Not like Sting, where you can only understand the last three.
Samma stanna still hem och live och laugh och starting up a brand new day.
One of the best, man.
That's so good.
Seth MacFarlane, man.
I don't know that I've laughed this hard in a long time.
That's probably why you guys are like, why do you leave the studio and go cut that audio?
Sweet. And I promise you'll be able to understand all the words. Not like Sting, where you can only understand the last three.
Samma stanna still hem och live och laugh och starting up a brand new day.
It's awesome. Yeah. Seth MacFarlane and South Park. That got me through childhood.
I'm crying. I mean, that's really, really good.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, my God. That's really good.
Hey, there's your...
There it is, son of bacon.
$3.
Yeah.
$3 for a heart attack.
I mean, look at all that bacon and mayonnaise.
You smashing?
All right. So I would do it without the mayonnaise. And, you know, I'm not a mayonnaise. Like our friend Ralphie Dean, the Love Machine, his birthday today, he eats mayonnaise on those hot dogs out at the tailgate and makes me look
So
at
does
it. It's
Kling.
just so... And Kling does. Kling did it out of, like, need or something. Ralphie Dean does it just to make me sick.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't know if I could do the whole thing.
The amount of mayonnaise. Have you ever seen the amount of mayonnaise he puts on his hot dogs out there? Oh, God.
Lord.
It's just disgusting.
Speaking of hilarious audio that makes you laugh, this was Nate Oates, the coach for the Alabama Crimson Tide basketball team that got absolutely obliterated last night by the Mizzou Tigers.
You know, they perfect and press conference over, I guess, right?
I love how nobody moves. Like the sirens are going
the
off.
fire alarm, is that what we got going?
Please, your attention, please. A fire has been reported in the building. Please proceed.
Yeah, they were on fire tonight. That's for sure what was going on. We've known that for about 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
But nobody moves. Like the fire alarm goes off, right?
Yeah.
And we're told, like, we have fire drills as a kid in school. We all usher ourselves out the building. The fire. As an adult, when was the last time you left the building when a fire alarm was going off?
I'd have no idea where to go.
Never.
No idea.
If all of a sudden the fire alarm went off in this building, we'd immediately think something's busted.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
We'd look for Ken Wolf to go fix it. Nobody would leave the building, and the thing would burn down, and we'd all be in it going, I didn't think it was real.
Or we'd all be idiots like, smells like there's something burning. Yeah, it's about to be you.
No, let's get in the elevator.
No,
of course not. But that's what I mean. Like that's the way you like that room. That fire alarm went off. There was no sound of commotion. People looking to get out. They're just ignoring it.
Yeah,
just staring at the coach. Next question.
Have you ever been in a hotel where a fire alarm was pulled?
Nope,
I don't believe so. No.
But Mizzou 110, Alabama 98. Missouri beats the number 4 team in the nation. They have now beaten 3 top 5 teams this year after a year where they went winless in their conference. Kansas gets blown out the other night by BYU. And everybody's comments the next day were maybe Bill just doesn't understand the way the times are changing. Transfer, NIL, Hunter Dickinson didn't work out. Kansas's team has to get away from each other is what he said, regroup.
Yeah, I would say that's maybe true, but he's never really had the one-and-done work,
Fair.
even in the non-NIL deals. It's never been his strength.
But the thing that's happened here at Mizzou is that Dennis Gates has built a system, made it believable, and the following is real. Last night after they won the game, the post-game press conference was amazing because I look at it from like, yeah, this team just won. They beat Alabama. This is a big game. Mizzou's done it. They were also a 1.5 favorite, which was crazy to think that as well, where Mizzou basketball was last year, this year. But those players believe in what he's doing, and that's where you can kind of make the portal work for you.
Sure, absolutely.
Like maybe you don't need, and we can talk about the Cincinnati Bengals tomorrow because there's kind of a little subtopic here. Maybe you don't need the best player, right? You don't need a top 5 player. But if you have the 18th, the 23rd, the 30th, the 12th best players, and you put all them together and buy a system and they want to stick around and win money or get money from NIL and win maybe a chance to win a national title, that seems to be the recipe that's worked for some. Hurley at UConn has kept the traditional sort of rapport alive. He won back-to-back titles, kept his team together, hasn't really brought in big-name guys you would see, like the guy that's going to BYU that made $7 million NIL.
Yeah, that's insane.
I bet BYU does not make a Elite Eight. Like, I would bet that today, that next year and the year after, if he stays for 2 years, I bet you they don't make an Elite Eight.
Well, where do you get your return on investment with all of this? Like, first of all, the people who donate all this cash, God love you.
Ticket sales.
I mean, you know, that's great. No, I'm saying, like, production. Like, what has to be your return on investment in production on the court or on the field to say this was worth it? Like, what does BYU have to do to say, you know, we got our money's worth out of this $7 million player? Because $7 million is a lot of money for college athletics, you know, at a place that isn't used to spending money to go watch basketball games. I mean, I don't know, man. Like you look at a place like BYU spending that kind of money. What does your result have to be in order to say, yeah, we got a great return on that investment? Like, does it have to be a Final Four? I would think it would have to be a Final Four. And I'm going to be interested in the next 10 years and then look back on how sustainable the NIL transfer portal type stuff is. Because while Mizzou's got a great thing going on, all them cats are going in the portal after this season.
Tigers,
whatever they are.
I don't believe so.
No, I do, because that's what you have to do. You're going to be riding high right now after having a great season like this. People are going to be after you.
I do not think so, because none of their guys, nobody knows who their guys are. It's Caleb.
Nobody knows who anybody is, though, in college basketball. But when you get to the tournament and you play big, then people recognize you. And guys that nobody knows right now will be household names, and they will have people come after them.
I disagree, because there's a guy that transferred from Duke to Missouri last year, and he had his biggest game last night under
from
Mizzou.
Kansas City?
Possibly.
I've heard he's from Kansas City.
He was at Duke, came here. Williams, I believe is his name last night for Mizzou. And like, that's the thing too, is that like you build a culture at a school like Mizzou. Like if you go to Duke and you're a stud and you know, maybe we're the sixth man and you don't want to go to the pros, then yeah, you would go to a school that's different and go be the star. But Mizzou has a bunch of guys that believe in the system of Gates, and I don't think any of them really scream superstar status or like, I'm going to transfer because this is who we are, this is what we're going to do. Like Caleb Grill, Bates, believe it's Williams, I think that's his name. Maybe that's wrong. I'm sorry that I'm messing this up. But like, they all have that sort of group, like that thing. It's like us. We're not going to go anywhere. I don't believe any of them will leave in the transfer.
We'll
now,
see. I guarantee you some of them will, because that's just the way it goes in college sports.
Yeah, Mark Mitchell.
Like how good you are, what team you're on. Like everybody wants that dough. Listen to this story that just dropped right now, and you tell me if guys aren't going to be looking to transfer anywhere. Miami Hurricane quarterback Carson Beck had both of his cars stolen in Florida overnight. His girlfriend Hannah Cavender's SUV was also stolen but found. Cops are currently looking for Beck's Mercedes and Lamborghini. This is a college kid who's driving around, not in one, but two cars, one a Mercedes, one a Lamborghini. Other players see that. They want that kind of money. They want that kind of dough. They want the ability to have those kind of cars. This is a
Carson Beck is a football player that plays a quarterback, and he's going to Miami, who's one of the top 3 NIL deals.
I understand all of that, but just because guys are having fun playing at Mizzou, who the hell cares? It's about how much money we can make, because how many of these guys are going to make money playing professional sports after they're done in college?
There's money
3%.
at Mizzou, though.
But is there as much money at Mizzou as there will be someplace else? That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you sustain it for any of these? How does BYU sustain paying this? How does the University of Miami sustain paying for players like this? That's why I'm interested to see where we're going to go over the next 10 years and how sustainable this is, what the residual effects are, how many more coaches say, I'm out, I don't like where this is headed right now. You're right.
And they went back and won a national title.
Yeah, but that's an anomaly.
And Mizzou's got more money than UConn.
That's an anomaly. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how many people stay at Kansas after this year. I mean, all these guys should enter the transfer portal. You're not doing yourself the right thing by just staying somewhere. You should be entering the transfer portal and exploring everything that's out there. And it sure seems like everybody and their brother enters the transfer portal right now. I mean, how many hundreds were in the football one? I mean, you're not doing yourself a service by just hanging out at one school anymore. You've got to market yourself. You've got to put yourself out there. You've got to make yourself available because you don't know what somebody's willing to spend. That's sports now.
Do you think part of that is what the schools are willing to spend, but also, like, let's say there's a Cane's Chicken on Columbia, Missouri's campus, and they love Caleb Grill, and they're giving all the money. Like, maybe he's not going to go get that out of BYU, so maybe that has some factors too.
Sure, okay. It does. But again, at the end of the day, is that money going to equal if somebody just writes you a $7 million check like they did at BYU? Like, the cash is hard to pass up. I mean, for a generation, we've been told 97% of college athletes go pro in something else. We've seen the commercial.
Enterprise.
Right. That's 3% of college athletes going pro in their sport. This is why the NIL is good, because a lot of these guys and gals are superstars in their college town and have an opportunity to cash in and make money now. And once their college career is done, they're done. And now you've got an opportunity to pay them for their likeness. I think it's great. But more and more as we get further along, I just feel like it's going to get so crazy with money, the transfer portal is going to be wide open every single year.
From the 816, hopefully none of them stay at KU. They suck.
That's great.
Cole Aldridge, thanks for the text.
That's good. But, I mean, you look at your football programs and whatnot, too. Like SMU. Is that going to be sustainable? Is Boise going to be sustainable?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is like, I do agree with some of the text line because, like, some of their players aren't big name, like you had said. Like, they're not big enough players to, like, be seeked out by the transfer. Now, the other thing, too, is what also hurts teams in transfer is, like, maybe your buddy's playing at, Louisville.
Yep.
And it's like, hey, man, if you come here, like, this is what we're doing. It's like,
we're room together, we'll party, we'll hang out, we'll ball.
And then somebody also says that there's a lot of eligibility things that happen to have with the kids transfer from Mizzou.
Are there any eligibility rules anymore in college sports?
Well, if they're like
exactly the rules.
Well, I think we're done with like the COVID year. So
are
now,
we done with that finally?
I think yes.
This was the last year.
Yes.
Okay.
So like that now you're like age, right? Like if you're a senior,
you're gonna be able to age out.
You can't go anywhere. Like you are there. So. But I don't know, man. Like, I saw a group of guys last night in that postgame interview that doesn't look like anybody. Like, and again, Missouri has money. And these guys can make money. Like I said, somebody randomly dropped off $60 million to the University of Columbia, an unknown named person, for NIL. And then Dennis Gates last night on why they didn't want the fans to storm the court, he says, we need to save that money for NIL.
And think about that. Somebody dropped off $60 million for NIL, and the payroll in the NFL this year is close to $300 million a team. I mean, you're still talking apples to oranges, professional to. But if Missouri makes a run in the tournament this year, and one of these players that they have who nobody knows right now catches fire, that guy will be the hottest commodity in the NIL. Just like in football or baseball, the postseason, that's where you're made, right? You become superstars in the postseason. It happens just about every year. In that NCAA tournament, there's people you're never talking about. By the end of the first weekend, we're all in love with that guy, and his team's already been eliminated because it's Sunday, and he's already played 2 games, and he's out. Mm-hmm. Like, that happens in the tournament. And if Missouri gets into that second weekend or even goes to the Final Four.
So you think Cooper Flagg should enter the transfer portal if he decides to stay?
I think everybody should enter the transfer portal. Absolutely. To see what's out there, 100%.
Because his NIL doesn't go anywhere because it's affiliated with Gatorade. So, like, he's not, it doesn't matter where he plays, he's getting that contract.
He's getting that money from Gatorade. Yeah, no, I absolutely would. I think you owe it to yourself to cash in on yourself, to take advantage of what you're doing at this point in time. If you're in any career, if you're having success and you have the opportunity to be a free agent, you go take advantage of that. Guy like Vlad Guerrero, how happy is that guy at this point in time, you know?
Yeah.
2 different texts from the 816, 2 different 816 numbers. NIL ruined college sports.
And I hear that from a lot of people my age and older. I personally don't think it has.
No, it ruined the way that it used to be.
It ruined the way that you're used to college sports being.
What ruined sports before were 5 teams could go pay for whatever and get away with it. Now they can't. Everybody's a part of it. Now you think it's ruined.
And now you think it's ruined. What also ruined college sports, in my opinion, are all these coaches and athletic directors taking all this money for their salaries and the players getting nothing over the years.
I mean, we talk about like laws that have changed through our lifetime. Like imagine explaining to somebody like, oh yeah, your coach transferred, but you still had to stay, but the coach had to lose a year of eligibility.
Right, and if you want to go, you use a year of eligibility, you got to sit out.
Wait, that was a rule? Yes.
Yeah. Like there were stories a decade ago, not even, where guys and schools were getting busted because somebody ate an extra granola bar in the training room. And so now the kids are getting paid and finally getting what's theirs, and people are like, it's ruined college sports. It's changed college sports. It's allowed teams that haven't been good, Missouri in basketball, for example, to have the ability to have a year like they're having right now. That's why we should love it. Kansas football 2 years ago, never good before. NIL comes in. You have the opportunity to be good. And those are just two local examples. Like, I think the NIL is great for everybody. Now, if you're a blue blood and you're used to beating everybody up and being a bully on the block, then you probably don't like it. But for the rest of the folks out there, I think it's great.
Aw. Sad you guys don't cover Mizzou and don't know the key players of Missouri, K-State, etc. Kansas is not the only local college. Bates, Grill, and I'm sorry I didn't know Mark Mitchell.
Mark Mitchell, yeah.
Sorry that I've got to know 7 guys on the damn roster.
I'm not going to apologize for that because the average person is not talking about either of the program's basketball teams right now. They will in March, and we'll know who these people are when March rolls around. But right now, if you ask what sports fans are talking about, they're still coming off the football season. And, oh, by the way, we're less than 3 weeks away from the start of the league year in the NFL. We got the salary cap stuff that came out, the hockey game tonight. Like, there are other things that, like, sports is, for the most part, in my opinion, a very provincial thing now. It is. Everybody's an NFL fan. And then when the NFL is done, you kind of branch off and you do your own thing. Basketball is not my deal. I'm not going to learn the player. I don't care. Hockey, I like watching. I love watching baseball. I love watching the NFL. Those are my things. You have your thing. You do your thing. The all-encompassing things, like ESPN, they're talking about Aaron Rodgers right now. You know why? Because everybody's got a take on it.
Would Rodgers be a good fit in Pittsburgh?
That would be an interesting dynamic, though. I'll tell you what. I don't know Mike Tomlin going to put up with his crap.
No, it is.
I don't know, man. That's a really tight-knit team in Mizzou, and they look like they're built to make a run.
Agreed.
I think.
Imagine if they were all freshmen and it was the old school way.
It's awesome.
Oh, my God. How excited would Missouri fans be?
And NIL didn't ruin that. When people say college sports are ruined, like NIL didn't do that. And those are the people that would say those things. I think that's what they're talking about. Oh, I don't know the players. Oh, these players keep leaving. Like NIL isn't that.
If you're mad at anything, you should be mad at the transfer
portal and the lack of rules, the lack of a system in college sports. It has nothing to do with these players
getting
paid.
If you're mad about this, we had 50 years to fix this, and nobody did a damn thing.
Yeah.
And so here we are.
Mark Mitchell played at Bishop Miege, was a star.
I don't follow high school basketball, bro.
Was a starter at Duke last year. Star at Mizzou this year.
Great.
Had a career high in points last night. So
He's great.
Yeah.
Good for him.
No, yeah. I'm just saying, like.
But I mean, don't get mad at us.
Sorry we don't know 10 guys on the roster.
Yeah.
This guy was big at Bishop Miege. I ain't trolling the high school gyms on Friday night. Unless my daughter's cheerleading, I ain't there.
Yeah. Somebody thinks that I'd rather talk about food. I mean, I can talk about food all you want.
I think more people would rather have us talk about food.
Mizzou ate the Crimson Tide last night. High Tide. Tide.
Such a great commercial.
I think it's Roll Tide. You think the text line would let him know that it's Roll Tide?
I just love how mad people get. You know, it's like soccer fan. You never talk about soccer that we do. You're not talking about it the right way.
Well, if people get mad, you just play them this.
Sweet. And I promise you'll be able to understand all the words. Not like Sting, where you can only understand the last 3.
Samma stanna still hem live la foule. Starting up a brand new day.
It's just so good.
Perfect.
I immediately whacked it off. Okay.
You're a 007 guy, right?
I saw.
How do you feel about this?
I'm about to go talk to the boss about it. Amazon got the rights over the Broccoli family, and now they're going to ruin it. It's like Disney getting Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. Now we're going to get these like weird Bond things, and now it's screwed, and now Bezos has control, and like I'm not happy. I was trying to avoid it. I'm not happy. Yeah, it's going to suck. And maybe I eat some crow on this take. I don't know, but it's not great. It's I mean, it's like being a mom and pop restaurant, and you let like somebody franchise you, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, like remember when Chipotle was good?
Chipotle was awesome.
Remember when McDonald's was owned by those two guys, those brothers,
Mac and Donald?
Yeah,
Mac's awesome.
like remember when we had Quiznos?
Whatever happened to Quiznos?
You know the story, right? So mass production. So what happened was
they couldn't keep up with the
Quiznos opened so many stores, and then like they couldn't get certain products to certain stores, so it started to dip in efficiency, and so then people stopped going, and then eventually there's one in Kansas, It's like by my good friend's office.
Are you serious? Like
there's
it's
a Quiznos.
down to that.
There's one in Kansas.
My family used to get Quiznos all the time.
Loved it. I loved Quiznos.
French
they had
dip.
They had the pepper bar. You just go get all the peppers and carrots and all that stuff. Yeah, look it up. Like the Quiznos thing is terrible. Plus, they had bad marketing. They had like the little hamsters or gerbils that were like overly talking to you. Like it was just bad marketing, mass production, and then like I don't know, they just couldn't get like certain products to certain stores. And they said they had a dip in quality and it's gone.
Quiznos used to have some sort of beef sandwich where they would soak the meat.
Yes, they soaked the meat.
In that like hot steaming bath water. They're like, oh, this is good.
This is probably great. 816 Culver's top 5 burger joint. That's the important stuff.
Yeah, I think that's a good. Yeah,
that's fine.
That is a quietly underrated, awesome place. Too.
So good.
Yeah.
There's one right across the street.
Yeah. A lot of people mad at the transfer to NIL portal.
Mad at the rules?
Yeah. It ruined it because the kids are all about the money instead of the pride and the school and education.
Of course, that's life, man. Like, I hate to break the news to you. Like all the people that are waving the flag, it's all about. No, it's not. No. It's not. These guys don't care about your school or your team. They want to make their money. And they have a limited time to do it. So go do it.
Yeah.
If somebody told you had 4 years and that's the most money you were going to make in your lifetime in those 4 years, aren't you going to wherever you can maximize that money in those 4 years?
Yeah, screw my loyalties. Yeah. Cash.
Yeah, I wish I'd have met, like, the person that gave me a chance here because I feel like I probably didn't need a college degree to get this job. Like, now I'm paying for it. It's awesome. Yeah.
Same here.
How come I couldn't just, like, walk into this building one day and be like, hey, you're Bob Fesco.
Man.
Hey, have you thought about in 10 years from now where you want to be, young man? No, I just watched, Frasier and thought I could do this job. Well, you can. I wonder how expensive that song is now. It has scrambled eggs in it.
Yeah. Did you see the guy who egged the Tesla truck? And the comment was, boy, in this economy?
That's good.
That's tough. Can't do that. That's why I was surprised on Radio Row they were getting us like hard-boiled eggs for breakfast. I was like, damn.
They had them purchased already. The NFL bought eggs ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also what it is. Quiznos was screwed over by the main franchise itself. They were charging the franchise way too much money for everything. So the franchise was broke. So they were like, your lettuce is going to cost this. Your pickles are going to cost this. Your bread's going to cost this. Stupid. Man, I miss Quiznos. I guess there's 3. Armour Road in Missouri.
Is there one downtown? There used to be one downtown.
Let's see here. I don't know where they're at. Oh, gosh. There's one in North Kansas City, Armour Road on Missouri, in the Missouri side. And then I don't know where anyone else is, but yeah. $1 bills, y'all. Coming up on the other side, we get to talk one more time before we get out of the air on the hockey game that is tonight. United States versus Canada, 7 o'clock. Be there or don't. 96.5 The Fan, you're home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
Now, is this a family? Is this your mother? Where is she? Is she in the crowd? The mom's up there. What kind of family is this? I'm sorry.
It Ain't Right Tour 2025.
The poor mother is in the balcony, and the kids are down here with the father and his gumad. If this was the 80s, the kids would have been up there, and the parents would have been down here.
Sebastian Maniscalco, live on stage in Kansas City, this Saturday at T-Mobile Center. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Hey, Weekend Warriors, how's a little trail therapy sound right now? Hop in. Let's go for a ride in the all-new Nissan Armada Pro 4X. Tune out all those work emails and turn up that twin-turbo V6 engine. Instead of letting the kids play online, show them some epic inclines. Turn your 8-person family dinner into an exhilarating off-road adventure. The all-new Nissan Armada is here. Intelligent four-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line Gold Unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Advent Health welcomes the KC Golf Show February 21st through 23rd at the Overland Park Convention Center. Get a dozen front door golf perks while they last. Enter our indoor golf championship. Enjoy the PXG Zone and Saturday women's events presented by the Tina team at Keller Williams Realty and Envoy Mortgage. Test big brands with Golf MD at the Golf Show February 21st through 23rd at the OP Convention Center. Thanks to Great Life Golf, Olathe Lincoln, Orange Whip, Simply Spike, Yingling Flight, and Edward Jones. Special tickets at KansasCityGolfShow.com.
I know nothing about hockey, but I bet it. You can trail it. I took the under. I took the United States.
Love it.
And I took a guy I've never heard of to score, and his name is Austin Matthews.
Cool. Oh, one of the good players in hockey right now. Yeah, there you go.
But from what my buddy told me, who's in St. Louis, who watches hockey fluently, he said the United States is beat up.
Fluently?
Yeah.
Fluently, wow.
Right. He said the United States is beat up.
We are,
And then
yes.
Specs said that Canada gets their third best player back tonight.
Yeah,
Now
the
I'm
United
starting
States
to get
does have
nervous.
injuries.
Damn.
Yeah.
So this could be bad.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know either.
I mean, they're on home turf.
What I like about this, though, is that they just call people up and dudes show up and play.
Hell yeah.
Hey, we need a guy tonight, and they call like Bill Johnson, and he just drives to the arena. That's why hockey players are the most relatable athletes. This happens in baseball. I need 6 weeks to amp
for sure.
up and pull a band on a fence and have my calf massaged and do some long toss, then some short toss. I got to get some dry swings in as well. And, sir, the event has already taken place 3 weeks ago. We're not ready. You know, hockey player, like he drives his Dodge Dart up there, and he's ready to rock and roll and play in this game. That's why hockey players are the most relatable of the athletes, because they do stuff like that. You know, everybody else, hockey players like, call me now, I'm ready. Like, guys are waiting to be called up to play in this game tonight.
What's the spread for a hockey game?
Well, I asked Binkley that over the weekend, like how your spread differs from, you know, football spreads.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what he said. Something about pizza he was getting or something like that.
Because I'm doing the Motor City Pizza tonight. And the Motor City cheese bread.
Yeah, that stuff is good.
Never misses.
Yeah.
No, it's so good.
It is. It's
I
the
feel
new.
like hockey, pizza, brews. Tomorrow's Friday. I feel like that's the vibe. Maybe for me. I don't know about anybody else.
Good hockey food. I don't know, nachos.
Ice cream nachos?
Yeah, could do that. Ooh. I don't know. Like a hot dog?
Burgers?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever you want.
Yeah. Our buddy Aussie says Matthews scores about 60 goals a season.
Yeah.
which puts him in the elite category. He's the Toronto Maple Leafs best player. Well, that's ironic. He's the best player in Toronto, but he's going up against Canada tonight.
That's right.
Love
That's
that.
why in Montreal over the weekend, it was like, what do we do? Do we boo? Do we cheer? You know, all this kind of stuff. So
it's ice, not turf.
Excuse me?
Mm-hmm. Do we call it turf? I can't remember.
What's ice, not turf?
Hockey.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The 816 Polish dog.
That's a good one.
Like
I
that.
do love me a good
I like
Polish
that.
with brown mustard and sauerkraut.
Yeah,
No,
peppers and
no,
onions
no.
too. I'd throw on top of that.
Why can't you eat sauerkraut? Aren't you German?
I love
I
sauerkraut
am
on a hot
partial,
dog. Give me
yeah.
sauerkraut and mustard. That's all I need. It's perfect.
Oh yeah. I mean, now, do you have a preference on the temperature of sauerkraut? Can it be cold or hot, or does it have to be hot? Traditionally, it's warm, but
Yeah,
I literally can take a fork into a jar of sauerkraut and eat it.
After it's been in the refrigerator,
Yes.
yeah, I can do that too. But like, if, I
No.
Oh, I love sauerkraut. So you can't eat Reubens?
No, not a big Reuben guy.
My Reuben sandwich.
No.
I do like. I mean, like maybe room temperature sauerkraut. Like if I open the can and just take it right out of the can, I think it's fine. I hadn't really thought about it. I'll eat it either way. However you present it to me.
I said they were playing on home field turf. I meant like in the United States. They said rewind it. Yeah, like their home turf,
that's
as
what-
in
if
like the
that-
United States.
Is it Angry
As
Text
in-
Wednesday?
As
I
in,
mean,
as in the United States, their turf,
I mean,
their
this
land.
is the stuff that gets you to text into a radio show.
Isn't that how you consider
like miserable?
It's on your turf, like it's on your.
It's on your home turf.
Yeah,
Yes,
home
it's
turf,
our home
baby.
turf.
I know they play on ice, but it's in America.
It's a
in
saying.
Boston. Your cousin from Boston. I can't wait for this game, man.
It's a saying.
You want to square up text line? You want to boo my show? Show you. Never been in a fight in my life. Surprising.
Only
that mouth of
psychopaths.
yours?
Only psychopaths eat sauerkraut out of the jar.
Is that what they said?
So the A16 says to you.
Dude, I love it.
What do you do? Microwave your sauerkraut or heat
My
it up in a
stepmother
pan?
does.
Or
My stepmother will heat it up in a pan, like in a bowl, and put it in the microwave.
Yeah, I just never I never thought about it. Quite honestly.
I don't know. Some people prefer it. Like if you go to a Royals game, it's hot. Well, now they give you like that little bag.
Yeah, but that's like room temperature, which is fine.
It's been years since I've tried sauerkraut. This baseball season, I'll give it another go.
Do you want to do? What would you rather do? 9 innings, 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, or 9 beers, 9 zins?
Either way, it might end up in puke, but I'll do the Zins.
Ugh. Because Kramer tried to do the 9 dogs, 9 beers. I don't know if he did it or not.
Nobody
think he
completes
did,
that
yeah.
challenge.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Ugh. Tonight's game. Most excited you've been about a sporting event since what?
Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. And then since the AFC Championship game and
Yeah.
then the divisional playoff
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
Right. Yeah, no, it
I
goes
just
back.
love that it's like it's sports, but it's also a little more.
It's
It's the
much
best
more
way
than
that I
sports,
can
yeah.
explain this game tonight. That it's sports, but a little more. Like the Ryder Cup is a sport, but a little more. Because there's the national pride. There's wrap yourself in the flag, right? There's that sort of moment like the United States men's basketball team playing for gold is sports, but a little more. And the World Cup, it's you versus the world. Whatever country you're rooting for, wherever country is home to you, whatever your home turf is.
Nice.
So when I watch this game tonight and I get ready for it, like it's going to be awesome because it's going to be news at 6, Wheel of Fortune at 6:30. By the way, Mark
What
Twain.
time will you be giving tapioca fed to you and having your diaper changed? I mean, my God.
At least I can get a banana split. And what I will say is, and then at 7 o'clock, boom, game. Like my night's made. And like this game, I'm so wrapped up in this game that it started after they fought. And then, we're all texting each other Saturday, like, you watching this? We're all like, yeah, stop texting me so I can see it. And then now this week it was, all right.
How does
Wednesday-
texting you affect you watching the game? Like you said, stop texting me so I can see it. How does that impact?
Well, like if you're looking down at your phone and they're fighting, like that, just being like sarcastic,
Oh, okay.
like that kind of thing. Like I can't respond, so I'm watching, whatever. But I mean, look, man, ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, Canada, United States. It's you versus them, and it's going to be great.
USA Hockey just put out a pretty cool video. I just re-X'd.
Was it?
It's a
Is that the new
minute-hype
term?
video? Yeah.
Well, I keep seeing the Miracle on Ice movie that had. They said United States Hockey plays tonight, and
Yep.
it's just
It's
Kurt
Herb Brooks
Russell.
giving the speech. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if obviously this game will live up to the hype, but I can only imagine that.
It's going to be great because the players have bought in, and that's why this is so special, and it's so much better than anything the NBA could ever roll out there. Is because the players are bought in, and the players are bought in, and the countries are bought in, and fans are bought in, and it's having an effect over everybody in America who's not a hockey fan that are talking about this game, and it's bringing people to the sport who otherwise wouldn't be coming to the sport. the NHL has to figure out a way to kind of market that and capitalize on that. Can they? I think they probably can. You sell it as America fighting in beer. I mean, like, what other athlete sits there and chugs beers like that and punches people? And like that's people love that kind of stuff. So I think there's a buy-in from America on this one as well. I think people are fired up for this because it is not a sporting event. It is a cultural event that's going to take place tonight. And to see people like our boss, like, and I don't like to speak to him most of the time, but I heard his voice and it kind of gave me like, but he was like, you could hear the joy in Spector's voice talking about this game tonight. Like, it's making people who are joyless have joy.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said from the text line, you should start reading only the last 3 words of the text line text and treat it like the Sting lyrics in Family Guy.
That is really good.
Out more flavor. That's example 1. Sauerkraut again. And the the start of that text was, I'd rather have Kadarius Toney back than ever touch sauerkraut again.
Oh, wow.
Did the text line just create a new bit for us? Guess the text by just hearing the last 3 words?
That is pretty good.
Out of the jar. That's 4. Fun show today, guys. Get to talk hockey, college basketball, and tomorrow we'll be right back to the NFL.
That's right.
That's true. Because that's how it works. Yeah. Boy, the hockey game was great last night. Did you hear the story about Jamar Chase?
See Aaron Rodgers is a Ram?
Chiefs went not to sign Trey Smith to the franchise tag. Yeah. That's great because we play the song every day to end the show. So now you get Freebird right before the Americans take on the Canadians in hockey tonight. Blame Canada. But hey, don't forget, you can still go do something nice for somebody because you never know. It could change their day, their week, their year. It is simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay warm, stay safe, stay kind. Coming up next, it's Logan. Cody is out. Alex and Drew from 10 to 2 on 96.5 The Fan. We'll talk to you tomorrow.